Right, okay, we're going live now. There we go. We should be live. In theory. Let's check. Let's see if we are.
Yeah, we're on live.
Better put my lighting on. Oh, a lighting.
Yeah, we're on live.
Yeah, better put my
lighting on. You can hear us.
pasty.
Right.
There we go. Turn that down. That's off.
There's 6 people on stream and 3 of us are watching.
Yeah.
I'm about to, don't worry.
I've got 7 streams open. So
Wait,
I can
I'll just make 50 more accounts.
I'm going to open it over there and then I'm going to turn it so I can kind of see. It's always weird when you look at them.
If Twitch is listening, that was a joke.
Yeah, because my computer.
Do you remember the conversation that we had about me and my wine glasses, like years ago, that I was drinking wine and I didn't have wine glasses? Remember this?
Yes.
Not at all.
She has wine glasses.
There's a wine glass. That's genuine
Is that a wine glass?
For
I mean,
some
it's
reason,
Southern Comfort and
You're
lemonade.
in the glass. There you go.
It's Southern Comfort and lemonade, so you know.
it's almost
It's not
wine.
wine, but
It's alcohol.
Anyway, hi. Welcome to Sanity Check-In.
Hello, viewer.
6 of us are here.
The best ones.
6 watching.
Look, sometimes
people
viewer
will watch
is like a minus figure, okay?
Better
Don't
than
blame
mine.
the
obviously
viewer.
watching the stream.
Someone will look, and see tomorrow, 30 people will have viewed at least 10 seconds of this stream. So there you go.
Gone, what the fuck's this? And clicked away from it.
Are they talking about wine glasses?
Yeah, click on
Yeah.
it.
So yeah, I'm eating my biscuits. So there's the introductions.
Someone comes in and goes, I thought this was Terminator.
Yeah. Terminator. It's been a while since we've done Terminator. Hi, this is Sanity Check Gaming. Welcome to Sanity Check with, we have no moderator. So, yeah, I'm one class hero, blah, 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 DM creative person. To the other side of me will be Lee, who is also a GM and creative person. To the other side of them is Logan, who is a general dog's body and refuser to reader of any rules.
Ooh,
We also have
as well.
we have below me. We have
It's not fun.
yes. Whatever that
Check out
means.
that.
Below me, and the way this is, we
Excuse
have
me?
Fluffgar.
In the box underneath myself.
Yeah, we have We have Fluffgar, who is our creative genius.
Blow me,
and
blow
creative
you.
artist.
Yep.
Below Lee, we have. It's actually weird how all the females in the group are all below the males in the group, and the way we're being.
We didn't do
treated.
that on purpose. That's the
That was done on
hierarchy. So
purpose.
the patriarchy, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know why
Below
we
Lee,
did
we
that.
have Rachel, who is our chaos
Fix
goblin who
this.
likes to kill things, and then below
He's been very good in the last
Logan.
game.
I believe you.
Lee.
And below Lee, no, we've already done Lee. Everybody
Yeah, we
does
have.
Lee. Yeah, here we have. Below Logan is our resident ball of sunshine, Sally. Hi, Sally.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Say hi, everybody, to everybody viewers.
Hi,
everyone.
viewer.
Now we can't be seen because I think some data is now
sorry.
going into the streamer mode enabled.
Oops.
On the Discord thing.
Oops.
There we go. We're back.
Hey, look at us. Cool, yeah. Are we doing
Yeah,
anything?
sure.
Really, we just keep joined in because we missed each other. We
Yeah,
haven't seen
we're
each other for a while.
talking, we're chatting in, and apparently
I
we
just
are
missed
talking
you
about.
guys.
We're going to be talking about games going forward. What games we're going to be doing, what else we're doing, because there was that discussion in the last Sanity Check-in. We should probably talk about things. Yeah, I'm going to open this up because I had so much fun playing Shooters Blood and Teeth that I really have an idea. I'm going to run a 40k thing. I'm going to run a 40k thing.
Like a race.
I'm running a 40k. That's
40K,
5
40
to
hours.
10k nonsense. Straight to the 40k.
40k in 40 hours.
Oh my god.
Hey, I know somebody that did 30 marathons in 30 days in a wheelchair.
And then died, and then came back to life.
That's why they're in the wheelchair.
That's cheating.
No, they got meningitis when they were a baby and had their legs
God,
chopped
Logan.
off. But
Oh,
That's cheating, right?
that's
You
unfortunate.
know, I went no. I was like, I'm not making a joke about that. I'm not getting
Yeah, yeah,
involved in that. Well done to that person.
Yeah, for sure.
Round
Yeah.
of
yeah,
applause.
he's amazing.
What has everybody been doing this week? What has everybody been doing this week?
Well, can I actually
Dying.
take a moment because I have to thank somebody or a group of people because they've done a very kind thing for us, which the group all know about. But I'll say to our viewer if we ever have one.
Mate.
I contacted Free League Publishing. Was like, hey,
Yes.
hey, friend, you up? And I said to them, it's like, we'd really like to get involved with what you do. You've got a Twitch channel, you've got some subscribers. We would really like to run some content. And then I was really like, hey, but seriously, I will ditch every single one of them in a second and come and work for you. Just tell me when you're streaming, and I will jettison them all from my lives. I didn't really.
Yeah.
I actually said that we were all really interested in doing something with them. They wrote back a very nice email saying that their Twitch channel isn't currently doing much, and I went and checked, and it looked like, as I thought it was, but it turns out it's just some of the people on it were streaming some other things,
Yeah.
and it was just getting picked up. So I actually made a mistake. It's not doing anything right now, but thank you very much for the interest. They passed me across to the PR team, and we exchanged some very nice emails. And at the end of it, they sent me all the PDFs for all their games for free.
That they've currently have done. That is an
But
That's
amazing thing.
amazing.
Which
For
I
sure.
was so grateful. I really teared up because they didn't have to send me anything. They could have been like, "Thanks, Mr. McHugh, bye." But each
Yeah.
message was all perfect. It wasn't just a standard response. I spoke to a very nice lady whose name is Boel.
Well,
Boel, that sounded correct. Although when it auto-corrected my computer, it changed it to Bowl. Bowl. And I only caught it just before I sent the email. I was like, oh no, change that. But
That
anyway,
would have been embarrassing.
that would have been embarrassing, but she was absolutely lovely. I cannot thank them enough. They gave me something like 30 PDFs to look through.
yeah,
Wow.
sure. That is genuinely.
And they're 15 quid a pop, easy. So,
Yeah,
you know, the
That's
fact that they've done that.
awesome. Well done.
Yeah.
Free League
So-
didn't need to do that for us, but the fact that we have been playing a
Very
lot of Free League
generous.
stuff recently, and that's going to continue for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
for the fact-
Certainly
'cause
now.
we've got all our games. It's a case of if we're I don't. Are we Free League standing now? Is this what we're doing? Is
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
when
just
you
there
please-
for it's
Lee's
fine.
been a Free League stand for a while. I have purchased some of their content. I'm going to purchase some of their hardback content as well. But it meant so much to me. It was so kind.
for sure.
And I was reading
Again,
through some of their
I-
stuff, and it's fucking awesome.
I can't. I can't praise Alien enough. Alien. I mean, it was myself that put you on Alien, and Jesus, what a game! It's a game that you can really sink your teeth into. More's a pity, but yeah. So Lee, anything else, Lee? Do you want to discuss anything? No, we can't really discuss anything else you were discussing recently with Sally, can we?
No. All the stuff me and Sally talked about is off stream only. Me and Sally have jobs where you can't talk about what you do at your jobs, so we can't talk about it.
Yeah,
but I will be talking about a lot of Free League
it's
stuff,
workers.
and yeah. Oh, we can talk about that. Yeah, that's
The
fine.
FBI.
Yeah. I'll be running a load of Free League content in future, and I'll buy some more of their shit because I'm really grateful. I do also back their stuff on Kickstarter. So if you do watch this, I do pay for stuff as well, Free League, but I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, because we're running Blade Runner. Blade Runner's Free League as well.
Blade
isn't it?
Runner, yep,
Yeah.
Blade Runner's Free League, Alien's Free
Yeah,
League,
nice.
Mutant was Free League.
was Free League as well.
So that's pretty much everything I've ran, apart from the occasional D&D, is all Free League stuff.
Yeah.
The One Ring,
for sure.
Free League.
The one ring was Free League, that was Gordon, and that was me. But, you know,
It was
I
fun.
swear
Okay.
when
so
I
much fun.
whenever I
Yeah,
get
one
around
the one
to doing the Star Trek thing, it's gonna end up being like, I can't be bothered with this. I'll run it on the Free League system.
well, the good thing about the Free League system is the D6 system is fantastic. It's literally roll some dice. Did you get a 6? Yeah, you passed. I'm like, all right, cool. How many dice you roll? Depends how many you got in the skill. Easy peasy.
Right.
The Blade Runner one's a little bit more difficult, but I think it works quite well. I think Logan's been particularly enjoying the Blade Runner thing.
Oh, it's been great.
Austin
it's-
Oakland as well.
I have watched
Yeah.
Blade Runner. It has been very,
Yeah, you've been
it's been very
great, haven't you?
interesting. It's been very good. I've
It's
been enjoying it.
it's interesting. Something we talked about the other day is that putting restrictions on people in RP is actually quite a good thing because it's like, well, you can't just like wander off into the world because you've got a job to do. You know,
Yeah.
you can't just like start executing civilians willy-nilly and
Yeah.
then move to the next town because that's not how
Rachel.
society works. Yeah.
Rachel.
I didn't. And not just Rachel.
does.
Everyone's guilty of a bit of murder hoboing during D&D.
No, all right. We are not friends anymore.
You heard it
I'll try to
live.
be the nicest
Falling-
player. I'm not very good at murdering people.
Apart from old men whose ships you steal who luckily turn out to be baddies.
Yeah. You're lucky with that. To be
He wasn't
fair.
a person.
It wasn't
You
an
didn't
expensive
know
one,
that.
but still, it was mint.
Yeah.
Was it?
Leon.
Yes, it was crazy. And to come from
Exactly.
Sally as well, it was even.
Oh, we
None
have
of us
7
expected
viewers.
it to happen.
We have
That's why
7
it was so
viewers.
good.
The other one
Ooh.
is a wild Leon.
It's Leon. Hey, Leon.
Leon's watching
I
this.
only
By the
got
way.
Hello, viewer.
I mean, he could have been on. To be fair, like
Yeah.
he had the
To be
option.
fair, he could have been. Yeah, there was
He
that
could
option.
still. We could mess about with the thing, and
So-
he could come on.
So yeah, that was a pretty good feel good moment of the week. To be fair, Lee, when you mentioned that in the group chat to say, by the way, this happened. I was really cool. I like that. I love feeling for
Honestly,
that.
it made my week, and I thought it was so nice to get back to this because again, as you said, they didn't have to. They could literally just stuck my email in the bin
Sure.
and never looked at it. And I actually didn't email them for ages because I thought, look, what are they going
They're
to
not
say?
going to be interested.
You get
Yeah.
a standard email back saying thanks for looking. Here's the next quick start that's coming up. Please give us money, and they did. So I will at them every time we put any content out. I will at them every time that I run one of their games, and I'll
I've been doing that
continue buying
anyway.
stuff.
I've been
Oh,
doing
yeah.
that.
Maybe that's why they got back to us. Like, maybe you'll shut up if we give them this stuff.
Yeah.
I will
No,
not.
you've just made him worse. You
I,
put
well,
50p in him.
well, I am really sore because I started the new training regime this week. Pretty good.
Training for the 40k.
For the
Yeah,
40
training for the
kids.
40k, for the 40k in 40 hours. No, I have stopped going to the gym, which was one of the parts of the training regime, because I cannot stand the gym anymore. You're not doing the gym.
Don't blame you.
Yeah, so I have decided to take up. Gymnastics. I'm
You
doing.
mentioned this
Oh,
the other
right.
day.
Yeah, I am doing gymnastics and it's killing me,
Oh.
and it's great.
How's this? Stop.
I
So
can't even do a roly poly.
to be fair, as for it's an adult class that they do up here every Monday, roundabouts where I live, and it was a case of excellent. Let's do that for an hour and a half, and I thought this is just going to be This is going to be forward rolls, backward rolls, that kind of thing. No, walked in. It was half an hour of doing all these stretches so I could get into the splits, and then once that was done, we did a little
You
cool
do the
down. and
splits?
says, almost now, yeah, for sure, almost.
I've
Not
never
side
been
splits.
there.
Not side splits, that's coming. But wow, it was really, and that was 1 week. That was literally one Monday going, I didn't think I could do this. And then they finished us and went, right, we're going to go on to handstands now. Okay, we were doing
sounds awesome.
handstands. Oh, I highly recommend
I
it, by the way.
want to
See,
join in.
any gymnastics places that are doing adult gymnastics course, I think it's one of those things you need to look at and go, yeah.
I
this is
can't
actually
even
pretty
bend
cool.
down and touch my toes. So.
But that's the thing. See, after like
can't
half an hour of
first.
what they do for stretching and warming up, you'll be surprised how good you are at this kind of thing. Teaching
It
they're
does sound like
teaching us,
fun. It does sound fun.
backflips next week.
Backflips.
I think.
Well, I'm
Video
going to be
proof
learning how
or
to
it
do.
didn't happen.
tumbling.
I'll be
I'll
honest.
take videos.
First week shouldn't be warming up. Second week backflips. Okay. I mean that
Yeah.
seems like.
Well, he
seems
does-
like a bit of a
He does have
It's the
like
equipment.
previous experience
Yeah.
with like
Ish.
quite
Backflips.
a lot of.
Yeah, we're kind of athletic stuff. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But even then, I've never done a backflip in my life. I mean, it's not something I'll go
You
actively go
get
out
to do it
my
on a
way to do.
trampoline first.
It's
No,
concrete.
they did it-
Concrete.
so they have this piece of equipment, right? that
nails,
looks
it's
like
just
an eye
nails.
shape. They're having a piece
Concrete,
of
broken
equipment.
glass, and nails.
Yeah, it's a piece of equipment that's an eye shape. It's quite big, right? It's around about the same size as me. And what it is, and I was looking at it because it's precariously balanced on the floor. And they're going, this is what we use for the backflip. All you're doing is you're jumping into it, and it'll fall back so that it puts you over, so you get used to that movement. and
Oh,
the strength.
right,
Yes,
okay, that
yes,
makes more sense.
No,
yeah.
this is the genius thing about it, though. It won't go over if you don't hit it exactly right.
So
If
you
you
just
were-
end up going, oh.
And the wee 19-year-old lassie that was showing us all this equipment was going, I'll show you, and she did it purposely bad, so it didn't go over, and says, this is how you do it, and it just sent her over. I'm going, that is such a simple piece of equipment. It's all analogy like that. How is that in... So, yeah, we're doing backflips next week.
That's
Nice.
so cool. I want
Sounds
videos.
Wait, we should
Yeah,
all
just
do it. We
wrong,
should all do
I
it and
don't
put it
care.
on the stream.
They've got a tumble.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm going to have a go in the tumbling, because it just says after that, it says, right, go have fun on any piece of equipment you want. So I went on the trampolines, and that was great.
Trampoline is
I'd end up
only
peeing
been on it
myself.
at school though.
Honestly, it's
Poor
one of
babies
those
in, isn't it?
Yeah, 4 babies.
so
That's
bloody-
it. I'm done.
Yeah. And
Sleeves
obviously, I'm
too hard
feeling it
and-
now. All my muscles are aching, and my shoulders are really sore because of it. But hell yeah, I'm doing this. I'm determined to get abs for
I
this year.
think it's.
Oh, I'd
Go on
love
the
to
next
see an ab.
Olympics.
I've never seen one of them.
Neither have I. I've never
Got
had abs in my
one.
life.
It's a big squishy one.
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah, I've seen. Yeah.
I have never had abs in my life, so if this kind of training helps to get to that kind of
Wait.
look, then hell
What
yeah,
the fuck?
I will show it off
I've
in our
had
podcast
abs.
stream.
Once long ago.
Ugh.
I've
Sad.
got abs.
Wasn't
I
that
have
long
abs.
ago.
That's all it is.
Oh. Goodness.
Yeah, so that was my week. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
What I was going to say is I think it's this big lie that we're told is that we hit a certain stage of our life where we can't do things anymore.
Yeah.
But like warming up's so important. People always talk about warming up, and you're like, "Fuck off, you're warming up."
Yep.
But actually, if you do it, you can actually do a lot of things that
Yeah.
25-year-old could do,
Aye.
and you can really kick 25-year-old's ass because you got more muscle as well.
That is
Oh.
exactly my point. It's
Yeah.
just one of those. Like to say, I can't do splits. Apparently, I can though. Half an hour of working on stretching,
got-
and then all of a sudden I was almost so close to it.
I've got a
So
I think that is a
question.
question.
yeah,
Do you have to kick a 25-year-old's ass? Because I don't think they would like it.
Well, it's 25-year-old you's
It's
ass.
optional.
I don't want to kick
So
her
you-
ass. She's got enough on her plate.
You-
Fuck's
did
sake,
you
I
say a
remember.
25-year-old you or Jew? I couldn't hear that right.
Cheers.
No, okay, no,
40 years
no,
now,
not on
50
Holocaust
years,
Memorial
like,
Day.
25-year-old Lee.
Yeah.
Because
Jesus.
Yeah.
25-year-old Lee didn't work out, and 40-year-old Lee does work out. So I'm pretty sure I can kick his ass. You know,
For sure.
but-
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I could
Alright.
beat 25-year-old
Are
me.
we all gonna
So-
do like Vietnam flashbacks now of our
25-year-old
25-year-old?
4 years ago.
Oh, God.
No, 3 years ago.
Oh
didn't
my
work out
god, I
3 years
forget
ago.
you're such a baby.
There's
didn't
Logan
work
up there
out
as
then.
well, just looking like, what the fuck?
I'm still waiting.
Yeah. He's waiting to find out if he could kick 25-year-old Logan's ass.
Yeah, 25-year-old Logan is going to kick his ass.
So
And 25-year-old Sally still had 4 kids.
Oh,
I was in worse shape now than what I ever have been. I'm
there you
better
go,
now
that's
than I
something.
was back then.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can kick your ass. There you go.
there's a guy on Facebook, I don't know if he pops up on your feed, a guy called Tom Morrison. He's an Irish guy, beard, long hair, glasses.
Okay.
He does sell a bunch of mobility stuff, and apparently he's very, very good. So, you know, he does a lot of stuff for free as well. So anyone that doesn't have access to tumbling, they could just like go and look at his YouTube. I've always meant to do it, but I'm more of a lift weights guy than a stretch guy, and I think I should be more of a stretch guy, to be honest, because I'm pretty small, so I could probably be quite good at like doing stuff if I wanted.
You could
Even
do
because
like
of
the
the
whole
rest.
rogue
People
thing
are
with
great
knives and stuff.
gymnastics.
Yeah.
Mary, if I could
mean,
dress
you're
as a
my
rogue and
friend.
carry knives all the time, that is what I would do.
Bounce off of walls.
I think that's what we should do. We should arrange a LARP event as our
Oh,
favourite like
yes.
character that we've played
Don't.
and do it that
Oh
way.
my
I
goodness.
think that's how we
Looking at
should all
LARP.
meet up. Yes!
I would love to
I've
do
been
that.
looking
That
at
would be
LARP.
amazing.
You don't even have to try and sell. I was pre-sold. I've
Yeah.
already, yes, let's do that.
That
We'll
is
go
a
and we'll video.
Yeah.
We'll
Meet
do
in
the whole
Wales.
thing.
Meet in Wales. I will go and
I've never
grab
been to Wales.
Rachel. Yeah, I know.
I've never
So,
been to
this
Wales
is what
either.
We'll do.
I've been
We'll meet in Wales.
We'll
I'll
learn
grab
Welsh. We'll
Rachel,
go to
We'll go
Wales.
in, and you guys can all find people to drive down with because lots of you drive, whereas I'm the only one down here that drives. So I'll go get Rachel. Then we'll all meet in Wales,
Right.
and then we'll have a
I
big
mean,
old weekend of like laughing.
It would be
We
easier
can
for
rent
us
one
to
of
get
those-
Rachel. You understand that? I'm like an hour and a half away from Rachel right now.
Yeah, me as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
I'm from
you're
the
like
area.
7
You know, I
hours
know the
away
area
from
quite
You would
well.
have to
I
find
was
a way
trying
to
to be
get me. I
helpful.
would be
Rent
in
one
the
of those
Austrian.
cottages.
Yeah.
See those cottages
That
where,
was-
where you have like it costs like loads of money if there's like one of you, but if there's like 6 of you, you could get one of
The
Nice.
those.
jacuzzi
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
and a mountain view. Yes, let's do it.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I did look at some Airbnbs recently just for Comic Con, and they were like expensive for a single person, like just go by myself. But see if it was 4 of us or whatever. Fine.
Yeah, if,
I'm
it's,
quite
if
happy
it
to
says
share
it
a
can
room.
fit people.
Are we
in, then
genuinely
fine.
just talking about hiring a cabin and playing an RPG? And
Yes.
In real life.
That's
Yeah,
exactly what we're doing.
yeah, that would. I mean, I'm all for that. That is a good idea.
Like-
I did that
Okay,
last
so
year for
Sanity
40,
Check Gaming is going to
40K.
LARP, apparently.
We can rent a farm and do it there.
Why
We're
don't,
in a hole for.
why don't we just go to your country manor?
Oh yeah, we should do that.
I mean,
Actually, yeah, it's got mine. I've got a forest and everything.
yeah, I know she's got. We could literally
Well,
do LARPing and RPG, and it'd be amazing.
That's what we're gonna
You
entitle
can
it
stay
though.
in the cast.
She's got 15 acres in the back, you know.
That's just a
Sure,
back garden
kids
as well.
and everything.
Yeah, she can clear out the servants' quarters and leave them for the weekend, and we'll just feed ourselves down
I'll
there.
give
We'll
them a
just stay in
holiday.
there. Give them
Now-
the week.
I just googled LARP events, right? but the way I read it, it said LARP perverts, and I'm like, what's that? And then
Yeah,
it's
that's very
LARP
true.
events, all
But-
one word. I was like, I just
Yeah,
misread
they-
that, and I did a letter.
If you don't know the people you're going with, you have to be quite
I
careful.
mean, we're okay for LARP perverts as well, right? I mean, it seems to be the
Part of
thing.
the parcel, unfortunately.
It's part, it's hand in hand, so to speak.
There is, there's things we could go to.
I think I might
Oh,
avoid
oh,
that.
Okay.
There's
Right,
Leon.
yeah, yes.
Hey.
Hang on, I will
You've-
change
you've
the
fucked
thing.
you've
It's
fucked
fine.
the
No, it's
camera
fine.
up,
I said it was fine, so it's fine. I just need to adjust it slightly.
Baby
That's
Leon
because
is
we
now
were
on.
talking about perverts and in came Leon.
Yeah. He is
Oh,
the baby
dear.
of the. He is quite literally the baby of the group.
No, that's
is
Leon.
Leon is, I think.
I think
I
Logan's
was going to say, I think Logan's youngest, is he not?
Yeah.
You
Toto.
bullshit. That man looks
Aye.
like he has. That man looks as if he's had a rough paper route 5 mile between houses and a Rottweiler at every door. Look at him.
Leon is
As a
literally
man
wearing a
in t-shirt.
blazer. What are you talking about?
I was just about to say that. He looks like
He's came on looking like a posh accountant.
I was talking about Logan. I was
Oh,
literally
Logan.
talking about Logan. Yeah,
Alright.
Logan is not the youngest for sure.
Logan
He is a
by
man
far
who's
the
seen
youngest.
shit. He is
Just do
11.
that shower.
He's just in a shower. Proof that he's not rough. I don't know what to say.
I've seen stuff. I've lived.
We don't
He
believe you.
believes you, Leon.
Comparing traumas, guys.
Yeah, man.
I mean, Lee, you've beaten my scheme.
Yeah, I actually have been to his scheme, and he likes to point out where all the stabbings take place whenever I drive through it.
Just for the English people, scheme is a housing estate.
It's not in English. For any
Yeah.
Americans or English, that's what you call. It's what Americans would call the ghetto, I think.
No,
no,
a housing
the-
project.
Housing
Yeah,
projects.
or
Housing
what's the other
projects,
one word for
projects.
it? Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, projects. Yeah, there's another word.
Projects,
I can't remember
yeah.
We would probably just call it a shop.
Scumtown, the block. Well, blocks can be anything. Like, you get like nice blocks and that as
I'm
well.
from the black. Yeah. When you say it, you say it like that, though. I'm from the black.
That's how London's saying.
Also, it's quite funny with when Jenny from the block says it, because like if you do like even the cursory research into it, she was always been like very upper middle class, so she was definitely from the nice block, you know.
Oh yeah, she
Um,
was from the upper block.
Yeah.
She was never in the.
Yeah,
She was
like
never in the lower.
We refer to as the nice part of the scheme, like, that
Yeah.
we're not allowed in here. But yeah.
I'm council trash, so you know.
Yeah. Well, you
Always
know,
have been, always will be.
me too.
Yeah, she was in the higher upper. She was in the higher echelons of Mega City One. So to speak. Yeah, so as Lee meets some selling deals with these, what's everyone else been doing? What's anyone else have a good kind of week? Anything they want to share from the week?
I joined the Edinburgh Marathon with my company, so I'm going to be doing that.
You're doing 40k as well.
40K.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
very good, Leon.
And
Very
it's
good.
a fun fact, it is on my birthday, so that'll be a
Oh, no.
So you'll be
What
driving on
crap
your
birthday that is. Well, to be fair, I just checked. How long's the marathon again?
10k.
30 miles.
No, a marathon's not 10k. That's
Well,
meant.
the one I'm doing is
This one's
10k.
Isn't it
So it's
13
not a
miles?
marathon then. A marathon's like 22 or 24 miles or something.
It's
I
something
thought it
like
was
that.
13. Oh wait, it's 13 half marathon.
I think
Yeah,
they had like
huh.
3 levels, like I went for like the middle one.
What does it matter? What does it matter? What were you doing?
Well,
What the
the
fuck are
reason-
you doing, Lee?
And the reason I say it, right, because you don't say, "Oh, I'm doing a marathon." Oh, before you go 10k, you're doing a marathon, then are you? Because
Exactly.
I'll drive my car there, then turn up on a push bike. Oh, it's almost the same. It's got 2
Look,
wheels.
it's going to be the
That's
same because he's going to have to eat all his cake in the morning, and then he's going to spew it up when he's running.
Probably most likely
Yeah.
drinking alcohol and pushing pills. I'm sorry, mate, but Leon's won this. This is the fact he's willing to do this.
I
just
could
love the
easily do a
kettlebells.
10k.
To anarchy.
All right.
I'll do kettlebells all day.
Yeah, I'll run it with kettlebells.
Well, there you go then. You do a marathon with kettlebells, and
I could
then
do a
you
marathon.
can make fun of Leon.
Good
Good man.
You could just go surreal and turn into a kettlebell and do it.
Well done on doing a 10k, though, Liam. That's very impressive.
Quite quickly, I feel the appreciation.
Yeah. You know what you should do, Lee? You should put the kettlebells on your feet and then do the marathon.
They put
I
them
mean,
Hold them out
I'm not
straight
doing
in your arms. You're not allowed to drop
25k.
them.
25 kilogram kettlebells on each foot.
Oh my god, ridiculous! That'd be very heavy and hard to do. But okay, yeah,
I,
whatever.
Other than that, I started watching The Last of Us TV show.
Oh, I
Which
still
is-
haven't
Still
started
haven't
that.
watched it
I
yet.
forgot.
If you played the game, you've seen the TV show. It's
I've
pretty
heard
much
it,
the
yeah,
same.
I've
I've
watched
heard it's
someone
really,
play the
really,
game.
really, 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 really good for that reason. They've,
They got-
they've changed a few
they got
things like
renewed.
how the virus spreads, but
Yeah.
Apparently they had to do that.
they
I
had
thought it
to
was
do
a
that, yeah, because
fungus, not a virus.
That's what the guy said.
It is a fungus, yeah. And it is
Yeah,
a
but-
fungus in the TV show as
Right,
well.
okay.
But like
Because,
the
Richard's
in the
logic
game-
wrong.
Yeah, no, in the game they did it airborne. That's why, because there was bits in the levels where you had to avoid
Yeah,
air
but
spores.
that's spores,
Yeah.
yeah.
airborne and also
We had to
rain.
avoid
That was-
air.
If it was airborne, because if it
Yeah,
was
that's why
airborne,
they said
your
to
show's
do
over. That's it. There's
Yeah.
no point. So
If it was like
Was it?
real, we'd be like dead so
For sure.
quickly. Like
Go down that rabbit hole.
Ow!
based off a
Cat,
real,
please.
it is based off a real virus, so it's based off a real fungus.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, COVID-19.
Yeah.
They speak
No,
a little
yeah.
bit about that in like the first scene,
Yeah.
and they
Very
list
first
like
scene,
what
very first episode is really, really cool.
Find it. I'll find the thing
Yeah,
that
they-
kills snails or
they-
whatever. Oh, ants and that
the
as
mums
well.
in it.
Guys, there's 7 of us talking at once, sir. Just so
Did
you
you
know.
just say your mum's in it, Logan?
The mummy's in it. That mad guy. What's his name?
All I heard was mum, and I was like, what?
You mean the Mandalorian? Did you say the Mandalorian's in it?
No, Pedro Pascal. See the guy that's for Coat Bridge. He's
Yeah, he's in
hingy.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
He was a sister. No, he was the brother to the sister who Brendan Fraser goes out with. What's his name?
Mate, honestly, from that
Oh, I
description,
know
I
who
got a
you
clue.
mean. I know who. Let me.
You're not wrong though. Pedro Pascal is in it.
Well,
He was
let's-
also in Game of Thrones.
let's share my
Yeah.
He's the main
French, and we'll
character.
get
Well,
there
one of the
eventually.
two.
Right, Logan's looking up, that's fine.
John Hannah. John Hannah.
Oh, John Hanna, right, have you died?
Oh,
The guy
okay.
from The Mummy, right, got you, sorry, that's
Right.
what
Aye.
first scene.
Who does he play?
What was it?
He plays the scientist in the for the
Runs in the
manual
funeral.
and stuff.
Yeah, the first scene, and
Oh,
also,
yes, there
fun
is,
fact, the other guy, there's a big tall guy in that first scene as well. He's called like John Hyrendall or something, and he's a very famous creature actor. See if you watch any kind of like mid-range like sci-fi TV show like Stargate Atlantis or whatever. If you see some big guy that's in like a monster makeup, it tends to be him because he's that's his
Is
thing.
that no?
That's pretty
Is
cool.
that no the guy that did thingy? The Hellboy. Blue.
No, that's you're thinking
That's
of
Doug Jones.
Doug Jones, who also does that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
John. Oh, that aye.
But he's like his is more like movement stuff. I think his is just because he's quite good at sitting for the makeup because I don't know how he gets all
He's-
those
He's
jobs.
very tall and very skinny, so you can pop him in anything really.
Yeah. Got quite a good voice as well, so does that kind of like low, great, like growly voice when he has to. But yeah, that first scene's brilliant. And actually, the second episode's got a really cool, like 20 years ago scene as well. It's all set over in Jakarta, and what's really cool is they don't like fake it and make them all suddenly just speak in English. They do it. Oh, I like that
Properly.
kind of.
Yeah.
I like that. I feel like it adds to it, and it's brilliant. Has anyone not watched it?
What are we
Probably
talking about?
That's what I've
The
played the
second
game.
episode of Last of Us.
I haven't seen
I
any of
haven't
it
seen
I
yet.
haven't
it.
watched any of it.
Right, well, I won't say a word, but
I've
yeah, I
played
think
the
they're going to
game
do every
though, so I
episode
know
is
what
give you
happened.
like. Oh yeah, but I think this is like giving you like lore and history. It's all
Context,
really cool
yeah.
stuff. Context stuff. I won't give it
I
away,
am
but
gonna
it's
watch it.
brilliant.
I think I'm gonna watch it when like
Guys,
it's
we're up
all
to
out
10
and then I'll
viewers.
watch it all at once.
Wow.
We're actually up to 10 viewers. That's pretty cool.
It's okay. Talking apart, we're talking about the Last of Us, a
Right,
TV show
quickly.
that 3 of us have watched.
Yeah.
Talk
I
about
played
it
the
without
game.
saying.
I loved that
Yeah.
game. It was so good.
Well, the first
That was a
episode
great
was
game, like-
spot on.
I seen the I think it was in the first 10-20 minutes where they go through the introduction for The Last of Us, and that still breaks me to this day.
Oh yeah,
Where
yeah.
he's with his
Oh good
daughter.
god. Oh man. Even in the game that broke me, because that broke me, and then
Well, I
seeing
can
it
see
on
that why that would do that to you though.
Can I-
Especially with yeah.
Can I just as like people that have kids, seeing like bad things happen to like children in video games or something like that. I
Yeah.
remember my mate watching like a trailer a long time that had like effect on him. Does that like have an effect on you guys more as well? Or like how
God,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, I think this
Massively
was
so, yeah.
Sure.
It's, There's a cliche that all parents say is like you wouldn't understand until you have kids, and it's a cliche because it's very, very true. And it's like,
Very
and
much so.
I'm not to dismiss anyone else's feelings because everyone has feelings, but once
Yeah.
you have a child and you see something happen, like you wouldn't believe how deep it cuts you. I've seen adverts where things happen between a father
mate.
and a son, and I'm literally like,
Mate.
oh my god, what's the sad?
It's
Before like,
just-
leave, calm down. They're like, I can't, because it's in this bad.
It's
I'm a mess.
just kids in general, mate. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
what
yeah.
the advert is. It's oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you've got it when it's not your child and something like you're in the vicinity of children, and it's like these children are now under all of my protection. Something happens to this child, I am looking after it, and it's just like
I
you
cried it
can't
up.
ignore it.
I cried it up. I'm sorry, but I cried it up. The first 10 minutes of that film is just absolutely heartbreaking.
There was much like Mary, I watched
God.
a Let's Play of it, and I was just watching like the first 10 minutes. I didn't have access to it. I thought I'm just gonna watch this because everyone tells me it's great. And then, as you said, that first kind of opening sequence when stuff happens, then the thing with the door happens. I was like, oh, I can watch this. Like that's gonna break my heart. And then it's like immediately like I put myself in. And then you've got the surrogate daughter later on. Yep, that's exactly what you do. You'll also notice like when you've got me playing TTRPGs, if anyone plays a child, I immediately am like, you need to look after this, no matter who it is. I try not to.
I feel like
And I'm like, nope, sorry.
Is there?
Parts...
Oh, sorry. Say what you're saying.
No, carry on.
Is there a Rugrats RPG?
I used to love the Rugrats.
Probably, maybe. Oh well, actually, the one I've talked about, the Tales from the Loop, and
goodness,
the
Kat, what are you doing?
from the flood, whatever it's called. You're all teenagers in those games, so it might be really hard for me to GM because I wouldn't want to kill you. But but on the flip side, teenagers are kind of dicks, so it's like maybe I better kill them.
Definitely.
I think you've got a cut-off point of me caring about their well-being. So
yeah,
like,
there's that teen level 13.
Yeah, it's like-
you're done. You're out.
13,
My life.
13 yes. 17, I'm like, that kid really should listen to their parents.
You guys watch parts, so like for instance the Game of Thrones, when I think it's King Baratheon, no, I think it's Cersei actually kills off the babies, the firstborn babies in Game of Thrones. I cannot watch that bit of the film. I have to fast forward it now. I'm like, no, let's just not do that. But when I
don't know why, but I was okay with that. I was I don't know. I'm sorry.
Because I wasn't emotionally invested in those children, it was more like something getting flung in the water, something's happened to that kid. Yeah, and my brain's like, skip by, fast forward, and then I just didn't pay attention to it. Whereas if we knew like that kid's name and gave it like a few lines, like, sorry, I have to now somehow travel into the show and beat
It's the
Cersei to
emotional
death.
investment. You're right, Lee. It is the emotional investment. I was like, that's
Maybe
that's the
adverts.
like difference between fathers and mothers then, because as soon as it was the babies, I was like, no, can't, no.
see the flashback or see the bit with Hodor.
Oh, yeah.
That killed me. That killed me.
That was so sweet. Though.
It wasn't anything more than just the fear in his face.
Yeah.
It was, oh god.
That was some powerful acting, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Just
Good.
a complete aside from Hodor. Does anyone watch that Our Flag Means Death?
Yes. Oh my goodness, it's
I've
so
only seen the
good.
first 2 episodes, and I didn't. At first, I was like, that guy kind of looks like. Who's he look like? Because everyone who's in it is kind of famous in a way.
Yeah.
And the guy that plays Hodor's in it, and his normal speaking voice is not what I expected it to be. But I've learned more about this gentleman since then. I'm like, this makes sense. But it's just funny when he talks. Like, you don't just say Hodor all the time. I don't know why I thought you would.
You can speak more than a word.
I
He's
love it
awesome.
when Americans
Fucking
find out
massive.
that British actors are British and not
Yeah.
American. I love that. And it's
Same.
like, but then equally when I find out like an American actor that's playing someone British, because there are some good, not many, but some good ones,
many.
and you think, oh, didn't
I'll tell you which
realise
one I
that.
found the most jarring, and it's rubbish. Remember Buffy the Vampire Slayer Spike?
Yeah.
I thought he talked like that. And, and then when he does talk like that, I'm like almost disappointed in his real voice. I'm like, your real voice is like so American. I don't like
Like
it.
a real voice.
Yeah, it's like speak like your character all the time. Speak like Billy Idol more. But yeah, I didn't. So that was
Yeah.
it.
I could
He based that character off, wasn't it?
Think so.
Billy
Yeah.
Idol, yeah.
Makes sense. Sorry, Logan.
Right,
Not Logan. Leon.
Nathan.
I could speak about Our Flag Means Death for a while. To be honest, I love that show. I
I've
won't
only seen the
say
first 2 episodes.
Don't
I won't say
spoil.
why in particular then, but yeah, it's real good, man. Yeah.
What's on?
It's on
Um,
iPlayer right now, man. You can watch. I was watching the episodes yesterday. I just like iPlayer. Boom, there you go for free.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll do
and they're quite short as well, like 22, 28 minutes long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're fairly short.
So yeah, they're good. And I think I watched that TV show Ghosts. That's fun family entertainment as well. And it's nothing.
I've
Don't
seen
watch.
a little bit of that.
Don't
haven't
watch.
seen
I
it.
don't think Our Flag Means Death is fun family entertainment, to be fair. But
Well-
Ghosts is.
What, ITV, the ITV iPlayer. Is
No,
it?
no, BBC BBC
Was it
iPlayer.
BBC iPlayer? Okay.
Yeah.
I think you've got to have a TV license to watch it. For fuck's sake.
You do.
Well,
yeah.
you've got to say you have
Well,
a TV
you
license.
lie
They don't
about it.
check.
Yeah.
You just say, "Do you have a TV
You're
license?"
supposed
Yes.
to have one.
Move on. They don't ask for your ID.
Our TV license is
Yeah,
kind of bullshit now.
somebody has a
Yeah.
TV license.
TV license is bullshit.
No, but they'll send those detector vans after you.
Oh, yeah, they send them about.
If you
Is
open
the
them up,
TV
they're
detector
completely
man?
empty inside.
That was like, you have a TV in your house. It's like, no.
Yeah, it's
I
one
want to
of
come
the...
in. No.
No, I have 5.
You should just
Jason.
borrow my friend's TV and TV license.
See the detector vans thing? I really believed that as a kid. And then I
believed that,
remembered it as an adult, and I was like, that's not a real thing, child self.
I saw an episode of The Young Ones where
I love the young ones.
I wish you'd said that
Often.
ancient TV program, the young ones, because like you'd have been what -20 when that came out. Okay, continue.
True. I love that. The guy like just like begins like eating the fucking TV. He's like, oh no,
Vivian.
eat the TV, Trekkie. Give me the fucking TV. I want to next year.
I love Vivian.
Oh,
You
dear.
just
Thank you
swore,
very much.
Leon.
Swears something.
I still find it like mind blowing when he does. It's like,
Look,
what?
it's-
You said a bad word.
His mum can't hear him, it's fine.
It's going on.
His mum's in the other room.
Don't tell my mum. Don't.
His mum comes
Break
into
her
the
heart.
chat and goes, Leon!
To be fair, I've
I
only
don't
just
swear in front of
recently
my mum.
started swearing in front of my parents. Bearing in mind, my mum is Scottish, my dad is from Lancashire, so they all swear like troopers. My brother has Tourette's, and my other brother used to get really annoyed that my brother that has Tourette's could actually swear, so they all swore, and then I was the only one that would sit there going, oh, fiddlesticks, mother, I can't believe that.
Cripes!
Bother.
I'd be like,
Dear.
My nephew said shit the other day, and I turned back and went, "What did you just say?"
Oh, there's
I
your
was like,
nephew
"You
before you
can't
went
say
further.
that bad word. You're too little."
I think with kids, it's this thing you've got to like, you've not got to make a fuss about it, but you're like, but then they keep doing it. You're like, do I make a fuss? So, like,
I
but
was
yeah.
just so shocked.
I
had to
had
sit
Chet,
beside my
I
kids.
had my boy. We were walking my mum and dad's dogs, and he fell over and got caked in mud. And my mum turned around to him and goes, "Is that shit?" And he went, "No, it's not shit." And then my mum just went, and he went, "Oh, I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to say that."
I have
I couldn't stop laughing. I was just like, "Oh my god."
I have another question for us as like you know nerds
Yeah.
who like have kids. Like my dad when I was younger, he used to let us watch, I guess like stuff that I shouldn't have been watching. They used to let me
Alright,
like what like older stuff like South Park, all like the Terminators, like Predator, that kind of thing. Stuff like I still love to this day. But do you guys like I guess like monitor like have not let your kids watch certain stuff or like,
Lorelai loves John Wick.
that's fine. That's awesome.
Yeah, she is. She's not the biggest fan now because she's like all kids, they'll watch it over and over again until they get sick of it. But it was John Wick for a long time. It was a case where she just loved everything
When
about
his
John
dog
Wick.
died.
Well, that's the thing.
First
Lorelai,
first
When
15
his wife
minutes,
died.
yeah, okay.
yeah, Lorelai is very much a gentle, kind, loving soul. So the puppy dying and the squeal of the puppy is the worst. Oh god! Even just
So the
thinking about it,
ensuing
and I'm going,
rampage.
"Oh my god!" Yeah,
It's
the
awful.
ensuing rampage afterwards, she was so happy with. Just because you know, he killed a dog.
If
Go
someone
back to
did
the
that to my
conversation
dog,
we
I
were
would
having.
run the same rampage.
You would go John
Yeah.
Wick. You'd be like, I'm sorry. I need to.
Sure.
I mean, I'm definitely not as good as fighter or shot, but I would try.
You wouldn't need to. You wouldn't need to be, like I say, just rage and
Just
But,
dog rage, yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. So yeah, John Wick, she liked. So I started putting other shows on just for that reason.
Other
Because
incredibly violent movies, just to see
No,
how she
well,
reacted.
like the day we were watching The Hobbit as well, and see the bit where the
Where the
squirrel
dog died.
dies.
The bit when the dog dies and the Hobbit's going on a rampage. It's like a recurring theme.
Seen the Hobbit with I forget who do you call him? Is it Radagast?
Yeah, I guess.
yeah.
Doctor
Yeah.
Who,
Yeah.
yes,
The
Doctor
hedgehog.
Who.
Yeah. There's a squirrel. He picks up a squirrel that's dying from the taint of the forest,
Yes.
and it is a horrible, harrowing scene watching this squirrel fight for breath and then die. That killed Lorelai. She couldn't watch The Hobbit after that. But John Wick, she was all for. Just swings and roundabouts, really.
Yeah.
I was going to put them on. Funnily enough, I was going to put them on Alien and Aliens now because they're getting to that age of 10 and 9.
Old enough for 18s now, 10 and 9. That's how that works.
I
watched
often
that.
think
I
really
watched
should.
ones
Like,
like
it's really good. Like, I don't know if it's like, I don't know, really good stuff kind of thing. Like Alien, Predator, like, I don't know, like the
I think-
classics.
With kids, it's really difficult. You've got to decide what their kind of comprehension level is and whether or not it's going to upset them. That's all it comes down to. The problem that we face now as parents is that YouTube, Twitch are largely unmoderated, even if they pretend they are. Now, I've been sitting in the living room, and then my boy will be watching something on YouTube, and it could be about anything. It could just be like a video game playthrough, and they swear constantly. So you got to be like, look, you should watch things that swear. Or sometimes they can like have opinions. You're like, hey, wait a minute, that's not funny, and now I need to explain to you why the Holocaust isn't funny. And you know, not a conversation I wanted to have with a 9-year-old. Be like, okay,
Social media
you
is a
have
totally
to.
different bag. Like I completely like agree with that. What you're saying.
Well, we had maybe we were a bit less. We had a few streams of media because as the older people in the stream will know, we had channels 1, 2, 3, 4, and then later on we had channel 5. So it was already
Channel
moderated
5
in
was
such
the
ways you
thing.
couldn't watch things until after 9.
Yeah.
Like things just didn't exist.
Yeah.
Whereas now kids have got unmoderated content for anywhere in the world that they could sit having a shit watching, and it's just. Then it's a lot. It's not always the most shocking because also I don't want to blame algorithms because see if a kid watches a lot of Minecraft content, they're going to get a lot of Minecraft content, and I'm going to come up to you and tell you a bunch of Minecraft shit that you have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Right? But they'll sit and tell you it for hours. But you've just got to be very, very aware of it, and it's a good idea to have your kids in the same room as you if they're going to go on YouTube, and also want to sit and speak to them about what they're watching.
Yeah.
But it's down to you as a parent. You can't blame the internet for existing.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah,
leave
for
them
sure.
alone with a tablet because it'll probably autoplay something and then go into something really weird and random. Also, one of the things I've noticed, it's happened before, but I think it's happening more recently, is videos get suggested that I'm pretty sure have been made by an AI.
Yeah.
Because they make just enough sense to sort of hang together as a video. But if you're an adult, you can go, this doesn't fit. What is this? But a child probably wouldn't pick up on that.
Question it.
Yeah.
My
also-
oldest,
Yeah, go ahead.
my oldest boy's got autism, so he wanted to watch Stranger Things because all his friends were going on about it. He's 11.
Oh yeah.
So I said, right, okay, when the other 3 are in bed, you can sit and you can watch an episode. So I think he watched about 3 episodes, and then he went to school and he come home and started talking to me about zombies, and he was like adamant that zombies could actually exist and that they were going to be real and everything. And I was like, Chester, where's this come from? And he was telling me that his friends were saying this, but then he flipped it and turned it into Stranger Things and how in alternate universes they could be real and this, that and the other. And he was so transfixed on this idea that zombies were a possibility that I had to turn around and say to him, look, you're obviously not quite ready yet for this sort of show because you can't determine what's real and what's not at this point in your life. Now, I don't know if that's him solely or if it's the autism thing or what, because he's my oldest, he's my pancake, I'm still learning. So I can't say that what is and what isn't yet. So it genuinely all depends on the child, because his younger brother than my 9-year-old could watch that and determine the difference. So I won't let him watch it yet because he's still afraid of the dark. So I won't let him watch it. But it all genuinely depends on the child. And as a parent, that's one of the difficult decisions that you have to make, because you can either scar your child for life or make the
80s way of raising children.
Yeah, or you can make it their like
all the trauma.
Yeah,
I find that really interesting. I think like people create an over generalization with children, like and that kind of thing, but it is very much like
I mean, even
the
sometimes
child,
with like the Marvel films, there are 12. So, but I let my 7-year-olds watch them, and like they obviously run away with the superhero idea. But for some reason, that's okay to allow them to do that. And then you have to go in the conversation of, actually, have you ever seen one of the superheroes kill someone, or have you just seen them knock them out? And going into that conversation, and then the anti-hero conversation and all this. So it's a very leading conversation, and it's a great icebreaker for difficult questions. And so it's just, as a parent, it's really difficult to know what you can and can't let your kids watch, and that is completely a parent's decision.
Logan has a question.
I've got a question. So what about what was the one, the Doctor Strange one? What about that one? Because that one was very Sam Raimi.
Yeah. I was
Multi-pish,
literally
that
about
one.
to bring that up. I was a case. You're right there. I was
Oh,
like,
gee, before you bring that one up, let me bring one more up. Both my kids and me and my missus are all traumatised by Yondu's death in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And it's one of the few Marvel movies that my kids will ask to skip when we do the watch through. They're like, I don't know, and the adults are like, I don't know if I'm emotionally ready for that again. And I'm like, yeah, it makes me sad as well, because it's the most beautiful moment probably one of the most beautiful moments in the MCU. But it is fucking devastating. I've watched that movie probably 5 or 6 times, and every time I'm like, oh my god, it's so sad. This is dead. But it's just so it's weird. Like saying what you get away with in the 12, because you're right, they murder people left and right. And see if you watch Captain America 1, he is mowing down Nazis left and right with a machine gun.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
But it's Nazis.
Nazis.
They are Nazis.
But it's Nazis. That's okay.
Yeah, you're allowed to crash a bike through the air, have it explode in a group of human beings because they hold shitty beliefs. Like maybe they were coerced into being in Hydra. Who knows? Well, who knows? They're blowing up my motorbike. Fuck them.
The Yondu thing. Oh god.
Oh, it's
Maybe
emotional.
it's not
He's gonna be more sadder.
I
know it's gonna be sad.
With the multiverse thing, it's kind of easy to explain because you're not already traumatized by the horror of like the darkness of Stranger Things. So obviously that's flipping, and it's completely the same. It's just darker and got weird things coming at you, demigorgons and things like that. Whereas in the multiverse, a lot of it is completely changed. So even the characters that were like our character, I think it was one of the, I can't remember, I've only ever seen it once, but one of the main superheroes was actually a woman in one of the multiverses. I think they changed that, hadn't they?
It was Peggy Carter was Captain Britain, I guess.
Yeah, so they changed a lot of things. So you could sit there and you can actually determine, but because of Chester's autism, he can't, if something looks completely the same and only one or two things have changed, it's like it's still like blurred. Whereas if it's more than one or two things have changed and a lot of things have changed, you can actually differentiate between it. So it's okay. I think obviously superheroes are not real, whereas they listen to the news. They know that horror things happen. We hear about it daily. We hear about shootings. We hear about stabbings. We hear about people just disappearing for no reason. So that's normal in everyday life. So in Stranger Things, when the police are going, oh yeah, so-and-so's gone missing, and then later on you find out, no, they've just been dragged into the Upside Down.
Yeah.
So it's like, if put 2 and 2 together and come out with 6 as a child, which you will do, but as an adult you can go, yeah, that's not actually happening.
It's easy for our kids to like process as that. All right, if I go missing, then I'll go into the Upside Down.
Yeah,
like,
But you're dying in the Upside Down anyway.
Hey, Will got back. Will got back. He was
Some
possessed by some
people
kind of
get
weird
back.
demon. He got back. Yeah. Aladdin got back a few times.
Yeah, he got that scar like Harry Potter, right? He
Well,
scar.
was he not
Every time there was
possessed
evil, he
in
was getting
season
sore.
2? I forget. I'm sure he was.
Admittedly, if
Yeah.
something
Also-
like that happened as an adult,
Sort of was.
I would be like both terrified and going, "This is cool as hell."
Yeah.
We
As
say
Sally
that.
said, it's a lot to do with the kids' comprehension. So my 9-year-old, much weirdly enough, my 9-year-old, much like Sally's, can watch something like, this is a great show, ha ha ha, look at the funny show, look, monsters, ha ha, it's so funny. Whereas I found that Logan's older now, so he's a bit better at doing it. Not this Logan, my other son Logan. So Logan's an adult man and can like differentiate between reality and fantasy. But when
And
he was
he's
younger,
also
there's a lot of
not
stuff
your
he
son.
couldn't watch. He's my
We
con
should
son.
establish this.
Fun.
He is my con son, I'm his con dad, accept it, but it's reality.
Yeah.
Then, where was I going with that? I've lost my train of thought now.
Logan can't
me.
differentiate or
Oh,
couldn't.
yeah. Logan, couldn't get, when he was growing up, even cartoons, he was devastated if anything happened to the cartoon characters. Like, they're in peril, they might die. He's like, no, it's cartoon, Logan. It's Batman. He'll be fine. Couldn't watch it. So as he got older,
Oh,
he
wait a minute.
eventually was like, this is real.
Aye, wait a minute. I mean, if you're watching Batman an animated series.
Not Batman the Animated Series. There's been 15 iterations of Batman since
Yeah, no, I
Batman
know,
the
but
Animated Series.
I'm just saying about
Batman
the
the
fact-
Brave and the Bold is what I'm talking
Anything
about.
with Batman in it is it's a bit
Oh
dark.
no,
right?
Batman! It was a very much cartoon. It was very much aimed at young kids kind of thing, and it was literally like it was kiddies time. Effectively, it was as camp as the old.
Oh, the old one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing.
If you
that
watch like Batman the Brave and the Bold, it's very campy, and even that was too much. It like the idea of people being in danger.
Yeah.
And to an
right,
extent, he's still like that. He doesn't like anyone being in danger or hurt, but he can differentiate between fantasy and reality.
And
Uh,
Leon mentioned.
You know, it's a good Batman.
Hmm?
Boy. Boy's a good
Oh.
Batman.
Yeah. Well,
That's him.
Logan trying to
Lee-
lighten things up.
Leon mentioned South Park. So again, coming back to Chester, because of his autism, he's got a very good moral compass. So if he's seeing children swearing left, right, and centre, it will make him uncomfortable because he's like, I'm not allowed to do that. I also understand that people get angry, but they're just doing it all the time. I mean, he did tell some year 10s to fuck off and called them little bitches, but that's because
Good on him.
they chucked the door open while he was on the toilet. And
Oh,
they kicked
right.
the door open,
Oh,
so
yeah.
he got angry and lashed out, which
Yeah.
I understood. I was like, fair enough. But for kids to just swear all the time, Chester's like, why? I don't understand why they're doing it. So to watch a cartoon, especially a cartoon, because cartoons are children, he would find that really distressing to watch. So I wouldn't let him watch it. He's asked to watch Family Guy, and I'm like, no. But it's a cartoon, Mum, and it's like, well,
There's a lot of sex, a lot of sex in that. Though. That's
Well,
another
that
thing. It's
was
really
my
difficult
worry.
to work in. Yeah.
American Dad, on the other hand, we're watching a lot of American Dad, me and my kids. So
my
that's
brother
kinda- that's
babysat
kinda got the
for
wee-
me.
Yeah, American Dad's more of a not believable kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's an alien in it, for God's sake, for a start, and it's more that kind of thing. It's not overly sexualized like Family Guy can be, but but I was about to say we're an hour and 10 minutes in, hour and 6 minutes in. I think this is a good time to bring up an advertisement. I think we should do some advertising because I've just realised our resident ball of sunshine is wearing a Sanity Check T-shirt.
Oh.
Hey.
Look at that.
Hashtag yes.
Apparently we
That's
have
the
them.
only one we have. So if someone wants to buy it, they're going to pay quite a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to ask
We're
for
afraid
State
of
Treble
it.
shall not wash it. So
Yeah.
That's extra, darling.
Exactly.
God, yeah,
I know,
actually,
but
I really do need to get like a sanity check thing made. I did keep looking, but it's really expensive to like get one made. By which I mean it's about £27. But I was like, I wasn't sure how good quality the vest was, and that's what kind of put me off. It's like I don't want to get like a crappy polyester vest.
We do
Yeah.
know
Yeah,
that you're a vest
yeah.
connoisseur.
That's the problem with this one because I got a ribbed one. Shut up, guys.
What?
Shut up, my own brain.
Hang on. I'm gonna come really
oh,
close
she's
to the camera now.
flashing his
But
folks.
can you
She's
see it's
flashing
got-
his.
I mean,
yeah, I
no,
got it
you
just
have
there.
to.
That's really cool.
That's the best shirt ever.
It's got a crack in it and everything.
Hey, so is that like plastic printed onto it then?
Yeah. So
Right,
I
okay.
wanted an embroidered one, but I didn't know how well the like channel was gonna do, so I didn't want to like invest in it, and then you guys suddenly decide at the end of the like week that it's not gonna work. So I got my friend to do this, and I think next time I'm gonna get an embroidered one, but I'm gonna get a hoodie.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I'm
We
not a
need to
GM.
see if we're doing cons together. We need to start looking at shit like that so we can advertise ourselves.
I know some people that like make like really like nice jumpers kind of thing, you know. So I could ask who they use for like production and stuff like that, you know.
But
My
you-
mum
yeah, you
and
may
my
as well,
dad
yeah.
used to work in like at cruise and fashion kind of thing. So and some of those people like went on and like made their own companies and that kind of thing. So I would I'll see what I can ask
That's pretty cool.
them.
Yeah, because even if we all put into one pot, I gave like Leon all the money for it, and
Hold
then
on a
he got
minute.
it all delivered to his house.
I like where this is
We
going.
we had an issue with this with Scott as well. We can't be doing that shit.
When Scott accidentally nicked £75 from the channel
I don't know how this has happened. I've not certainly seen it, Scott.
I've
Literally
definitely
just
taken
told
this
us.
money, sitting there with a £75 hat on.
drinking Israeli champagne.
But
Israeli's finest.
That was
Fran
such a-
did say that she can do it in glow in the dark, but it needed to be whoever designed it gave her like the individual picture things, because then
Yeah,
she'd layer it up and do it. And I was like, I don't know who designed it or
I
where
was
it came
probably-
from.
Brilliant for them.
I
Sorry.
would probably make an
Very
entirely
Judea.
new one for that purpose, because that is based on some basically free assets.
We'd have to write
I
some,
thought that
do
was
some new
cool.
shit.
I would have loved a glow in the dark one. I'd just
I
sit
can
here in the
totally
dark
make
all
a
the
new
time,
logo
like,
for us. Don't worry about it. I can
check
do that.
blues.
I should also
I'm-
point out that our viewership is going up every time that the
Every
shot
time I-
is referenced. Yeah, by Sally as she's
Sally
pulling
keeps
out her
doing that.
chest. Yeah. It's,
I don't know if Jim
the
is.
V-neck one.
So I.
Oh goodness.
A
Right,
man
well,
keeping.
yeah. So Leon, you know somebody that can make his vest. I will pick a vest and send it to you that I want you to use, because I need to make sure it's a good vest.
Yeah,
didn't
well,
actually-
that's what I did with this one. I literally just ordered it off of Amazon and got it delivered to her, so I never actually checked the quality of it.
Just
But
imagining
even
Lisa
if
in
you were to,
Egyptian
even if you
cotton.
were to like bring it down, like send it down to me, or when you come down for a visit or whatever, give it to me, and then I can take it to her and then post it up. Or whatever.
there are random rendezvous between between Lee and Sally.
We bring our respective families, guys. It's not that interesting.
You sickos.
We
Bring your
met at the
families.
beach last time, and not the
You make
nudist
them watch.
side.
Yes. What was I say there? We yeah.
We put him off the
yeah,
store.
you did
Games,
again.
playing games now. Yeah. Well, speaking of
Speaking of sex games, but I mean something
games,
different.
yeah. We're doing games. My God.
Anyway,
Aye.
right, so we had a really weird aside into parenting there, which I appreciate, Leon. That was nice
yeah.
of
That's all.
Yeah, for sure.
I was just I
you.
was
Check
interested.
plus parenting.
Well, it's
Come here for the
interesting.
games, stay for the lecture on how to be a good dad or mum.
Well,
Or Guardian.
Am I the only mum in the group now? Oh my god, I am.
I'm an auntie. That's as far as I got.
I mean,
Sure.
not a mum
I'm a single
myself.
parent. Does that not count as a mum?
I'm a dog mum, actually.
You
Yeah.
don't get single.
Don't know,
You
'cause I
don't get
don't
single
count,
dads.
count myself as a
Leon,
dad.
did you look
No, you don't- you
confused
don't
there and say, "Am I a dad?"
No, it's like I'm trying to
What?
figure out if I'm anything. I don't think I'm not an
If you're-
uncle.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm trying to figure out if I'm a dad, right? This friend
You
of
have a
mine who's a
child.
who's a
There's
woman.
a child in your life.
My cousin
I'm
has
gonna be a
kids,
dad.
so that makes me something.
Second cousin?
Yeah.
Twice
Twice
removed?
removed.
I'm not sure that works, man. I don't
He
know.
said cousin twice
I'm
removed.
actually not sure what happens when your cousin has a kid. Are you that cousin's kid's cousin, or are you a
They're-
second cousin? I'm not sure how that
you're
works.
I think
Think
you're a
they're
second cousin.
I think you're their first cousin once removed.
Right, okay, is that what that means?
Oh
I've no
shit! When you
fucking
start removing people,
idea.
Because it's a
What?
different generation, so you're removed from them.
Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Right.
So
I'm
you
also
can
going
actually
to
know
have
that.
a relationship with them and it's not illegal.
I mean, you
Te-
shouldn't.
technically
As,
true.
It's not
However-
It's not illegal.
Segue.
when I first
Is
heard
this where we
the
get to
word-
say our weird facts now?
Oh,
See, when I heard
that's
the
that.
word
bit.
for the first time, I
Sorry,
thought it meant
Rach.
we picked out the family.
I had never.
I was
I was
like,
like
why
once
are you removed from the family?
get out. You've only been removed once. You've been removed up to
I
I
three
thought it
times.
was that as
What
well.
the fuck do you need to have done
Yeah.
to get removed twice or 3 times?
I'm not the smartest person.
It was so bad they were removing you thrice.
Who's got a weird fact? Come on now, or an interesting fact.
Uh,
Doesn't have to be weird.
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't have to be disturbing and upsetting, although I believe some of these
I'm
are
all
going to
out.
be. No, you do the one you told us off stream if you want, but let's not do that yet because that one's horrifying. Rachel, you learned a fact today. What was the fact you learned off of me?
Oh, about the pepper. Yeah,
I want to
that
know
one.
this fact. What's the fact?
You have to
Paprika.
say it. You have to say it.
Yeah, it's ground bell pepper.
Red-
Is
yeah,
that what
ground-
it's called?
ground
Yeah.
red.
No, it isn't.
Paprika
It's not
is
just
ground
me and
and
you.
dried bell pepper. I thought there was a paprika tree or paprika plant or something.
No, it
Oh,
isn't. I'm
like
googling
a
this
thing.
shit.
I seen that on Facebook today, and I done the same mistake. I was like, "You filthy liar, Facebook! I am googling this," and it went, "Fuck you, Lee." That thing's in Facebook's right. It's like I don't think the "fuck you, Lee" was required, but okay.
It is.
I'm not the only one. It's
No,
okay.
this is. I
This is
Three.
content we're here for, folks.
3 of Sanity Check Gaming at least had no idea. I thought paprika was a paprika plant.
I just
To be honest,
didn't
I don't
care,
know what
so-
I thought it was. But I
I
did not think
kinda,
it
I
was
kinda knew this wasn't a well-known thing, but you know that was weird.
Hands up
I
who thinks
did
Lee,
reaction.
hands up who thinks Richard is lying that he knew.
I'm assuming right, that Sally, I'm assuming that Sally's reaction was exactly how Lee and Rachel did this as well when they found out.
It was
Yeah.
exactly.
What?
Wait.
No, what?
How dare you, internet?
I know. I was like,
That's
thought
enough
it was
internet
big.
for today.
That's lies.
Oh no, I've got more internet for you.
Oh, right. So that was one interesting fact that we learned today.
There's 7 of us here. Let's find
That
6
was
more.
one interesting, non-disturbing fact.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
well,
no,
no,
Depends on how you look at it, I suppose. It's
Sally can give
disturbing.
us our horrifying fact if you want.
I can give you a horrifying fact. Do you want a horrifying fact?
go for
Give
it.
us your horrifying fact.
So,
Everyone brace
they-
yourself.
They never used anesthetic on babies to do operations until the 1980s.
Oh God.
I actually
Terrifying.
knew that was
Yeah.
an urge.
Yeah.
That makes me think of 2 horrifying facts.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Another one.
So one thing.
They used to
snowballing.
punch babies in the face.
It's snowballing.
One, I'll let you guys figure out this. One, go look up what how and why chainsaws were invented.
No,
and
but
Oh,
she
yeah.
do
said-
not look that up. No, do
And,
not
Oh
look
yeah,
that
it
up.
was C-sections,
Two.
wasn't it?
look up what the snow was made out of in The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, I see that
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Facebook
yeah, yeah.
today as well.
Probably something
Actually, look
disgusting.
that one up.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
actually,
yeah.
yeah.
I haven't seen that.
You, snow,
asbestos.
that
It
was
was
not-
asbestos.
Oh wow.
It was.
Shit.
I've got a few favourites of the ones. The
Okay.
the makeup they used on Tin Man made hospitalised.
Yes.
I think he died as well.
He
Yeah,
was
as well.
very,
he didn't
very
die
sick.
of it.
Yeah, and
Did they
he
know? I
was-
thought he had the lung failures because of it.
It may been later on.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I.
He didn't die on set, I think,
No.
and that also applies to the original one that was cast for the Green Witch. The
Yep.
stuff they used in her was so toxic, it like made her
Yeah.
so ill that they had to get a different actress in,
Yep.
because like apparently
And
they
made
just
her ill instead.
got anything that was green and just slathered it on you and just quickly check to see
She
if like
was
it
also set
kills
on
you.
fire. She was also setting fire as well, if I'm not mistaken, from the bit where she does the smoke thing and disappears. There was a trapdoor and bomb, and she set herself on fire from the pyro. Yeah, that was a hard. There was movies back in the days, man.
got
You
a
know,
total
I
fan.
didn't give a fuck.
See, Toto, he's buried under a highway. Fun fact.
Did you
What
know that
highway?
Kellogg's
it's,
cornflakes were made to stop masturbation?
Yes.
That's
I
if you
heard
look up Henry. Is it Henry Kellogg? He is a fucking
Kellogg, yeah.
lunatic. He is just everything he done was to stop people whacking it, and
Yeah.
like that was it. He did his whole life to
Brought
it.
you Rice Krispies.
I've got a
He
fact.
brought you Rice Krispies and all
And
that.
then
I find it interesting. No one else will, but never mind. Pluto is probably an ocean world with a frozen surface.
Oh, I love
That is cool.
That is actually quite an interesting fact.
I know this time I thought he was a dog.
The
Did you
cartoon's
think
misleading.
misleading.
Not a
Pluto is
planet.
a planet or not a planet?
No, it's not a planet.
a
Exoplanet.
dwarf
Too
planet.
small.
It's a large.
If
No,
it
it's
wants
always
to
gonna be
be
a
a
planet.
planet,
It's a
it
large
should be allowed
object.
to be a
Yeah,
planet.
I think it should be allowed to be a planet.
That's a kind of worms right there, Rach.
It's also yeah. Literally, we're not going that.
We're not discussing that subject right now, okay?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I think
let's
we all
not.
have very good like
Identifies
mixed
as a plot.
opinions upon things.
There was also I had a horrifying one about we discovered that basically doctors probably since like pre-1980s apparently when they used to operate babies with anesthetic were just basically monsters.
They used to go steal dead bodies, didn't they?
Well, they
'cause-
buy the god boys. They just not question
then-
where they came
Yeah,
from. I just had this dead body lying around. Buy it.
They used to-
Yeah.
You have
No,
quite
no,
a
they
few
used to
Scottish
go-
heroes based on that fact.
the junior doctors used to go to the
Well, junior doctors, they'll do
graveyard.
anything.
and
Yeah.
If you're at 'em.
pick up fresh dead
a hot
bodies
meal and a
because
bag of
people weren't donating them.
weren't
They
getting
didn't
enough,
want
yeah.
zombies to come alive.
Yeah, do you not have a good couple of Scottish legends actually famous
Yeah,
for a
Burke and
story
Hare.
like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Burke
Burke
and
and
Hare were very famous
I
for
wouldn't
that
say they
reason.
were. I wouldn't say they were heroes, though, mate. I believe that
No,
was
no,
a
no,
bit
they
like
weren't. No, I never said
I
heroes.
consider you specifically said
Legends.
Yes,
heroes.
yes, heroes.
Yeah, legends.
You
Yeah.
specifically said heroes, Biggin.
I
I remember because I was like,
heroes?
who
I-
If
okay,
they
I've
we
heard
don't
heroes.
consider them
things-
folk heroes.
Yeah.
If they didn't do them things, we wouldn't have the medical.
The ends justify the
that we
means.
have
in all
now.
cases.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
it is
that's
sad that
yes,
things-
I
technically
know.
not true. The
What's that?
Chinese were doing that long before then. Before they were, the Chinese were doing that long before, and they were just taking prisoners and tortured them to see what would happen. They were. That's the If you want to talk about medicine, you look at the Chinese books because even long before the Britain started doing it with dead bodies,
They're
medical
gonna win,
stuff
aren't they?
with dead bodies.
I have
the
a-
Chinese were
one
doing
more
it with
horrifying
live
fact.
people. So,
One more horrifying fact about doctors. The doctor, and I should have looked up his name, but I've not because we're just doing fun facts. The first doctor to say, hey, you should wash your hands before you deliver babies or doing that kind of stuff, was drummed out of his profession because the response from the other doctors was gentlemen don't need to wash their hands. And then what happened is they'd be digging around in cadavers and learning where all the bits go, and then they'd go and deliver babies. And shockingly, the bacteria from the dead bodies would fucking give the ladies horrifying infections. And what this doctor
Necrotitis.
noticed was that the midwives were not digging around in bodies, and then they were giving it, and less of their patients got infections and died. He's like, what could be causing this? I don't know.
Yeah.
This is the only thing I can see. Maybe you guys should wash your hands. And they went fucking berserk. And he was not allowed to be a doctor.
Yeah.
And it was like decades before somebody went, hey, I think this washing our hands idea is a good thing to do.
Yeah.
And I wish I'd looked up his name by then. But yeah, that always struck me as weird. Always stuck in my mind because fuck
I've got an
me.
O.J. Simpson fact. Do you know he was meant to be Terminator?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's mental,
yeah.
man.
But he didn't. James Cameron thought he didn't. He couldn't portray a
A nasty
I'm
guy.
not-
a nasty guy. A nasty
No
guy
one
goes
would
murders
believe him
people.
as a murderer.
Yeah.
That's correct, yes.
He was not
when he's
believable as
meeting-
a murderer.
I wonder
Arnold
what James
Schwarzenegger-
Cameron's response would be now.
Well, I don't know. I'm sure he's been asked a few times.
yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he met James Cameron, he was interviewing for Kyle Reese. And James Cameron went, no fucking way are you being Kyle Reese. No, you're a machine. Look at you. You're fucking 6'5", built like a brick shithouse. No one's going to believe you're a guy from the future where there's no food. You need to eat 8,000 calories a day. So, you know, and he's like, yeah. And there you go. The Terminator magic was born. Rachel,
Arnold
give us your
Schwarzenegger.
description of the Terminator plot.
It's really easy.
Just make up anything. Just say
What did
anything.
I say again?
It was great. It was like a 3-line summary of the movie.
It
and
was like a
accurate.
man went back in time to save a woman from the future from a metal man or something like that.
It was basically a guy came back from the future, and then a big robot chased him and a woman, and then they killed the robot.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Hey, that's it. Yeah, that's the film. So,
not wrong.
Yeah.
You can't be accurate. Can't argue.
Did you also know that Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, that was my
also thought
interpretation
this was
of
that
Terminator.
Terminator was a shit
After I was
film.
telling her how long she loved it, was that? Oh,
Arnold Schwarzenegger also
yeah.
described the film as a shit film because we got, I'm going to do some shit film next after. I think it was Conan. He was like, yeah,
I
I'm gonna have
saw
to do-
something. I saw something that reminded me of you, Lee. There was an incense burner that was the.
Whoa, wait. This is not an 18+
No,
No 18 plus stream.
it's
What
a
the
real
fuck?
thing. An
It's a
incense
17
burner
plus.
that was the box thing from Ghostbusters. You know that the ghosts go in. And as soon as I saw it, I thought of you, and I was like, oh my god! But I forgot
So
to
she went and
screenshot
bought
it and
it.
send it to you.
She sniffs it from time to time just for memories of those days when you were down
To
visiting.
those that don't know, I do go on trips occasionally with the Ghostbusters of Glasgow, and I do raise money for charity dress as a Ghostbuster. I've not done it this year or last year because I'm
Because can't be
fucking
arsed.
busy.
However,
I can't be
though, it
arsed.
is
I'm
very
really
political.
busy.
It is broken up. Is it not very political and broken up with politics like most things?
No, not really.
I remember you saying there's something. There was an argument between.
There was in certain groups. There was fracture. I think this is a weird thing.
Wow.
If you go to the Ghostbusters,
Wait,
go to the
should you
Ghostbusters
mention
fan
it?
chain.
Yes.
No, I'm not talking about the Ghostbusters Glasgow.
Alright.
I'm talking about it on screen. But if you go to the Ghostbusters page, on any Ghostbusters page, there is some Ghostbusters that hold some strangely right-wing beliefs. And
Oh yeah.
you're like, oh, that's weird. I thought this was about how we like the movie. Yeah,
Nah, I was
totally
gonna think
facts
for a
and
while.
ghosts. And they're like, Trump was right about everything. I'm like, but the movie, shut up. They made a movie with women in it, and we hate women being Ghostbusters. Like,
And how dare they make like rude jokes about things? That's not a womanly thing to
Yeah,
do.
no, who are you going to
Yeah.
call?
They clearly have never met women.
men only. Shit. Okay.
Speaking of colour,
Yeah,
men
Ghostbusters
only.
like Yorkies. They're not for girls.
Yeah.
Oh, could you imagine them bringing that advert out nowadays? Fucking hell.
I
That
don't
would be
think
mad.
it'd be taken as bad. I think people exaggerate that one
Oh,
all the time.
no,
Because
people
even in the
think
group, even in the advert, it was making fun of itself. And a woman with a
Yeah.
moustache on it going, "Oh, I'm a man, give me a Yorkie." I'm like, "Oh, you're a girl." You know, it wasn't like they're saying, "Fuck you, girls can't have this slap."
Oh, wait till they
so
find
it'd
out
be very
they made
different
the
argument.
average. Oh boy. Yeah,
Isn't
man,
there a
that was a
packet of
woman.
crisps that's a bit that it's still does
Not
that?
for girls. I don't know, probably. To be fair,
No,
there's
for
a
men,
crisp.
like
I've always found crisps are just fermented really hard. It's like, why would I want really hard crisps? It's like, oh, it's a
I
chore
love
to eat
crisps.
this crisps. Oh, it cuts my mouth. This must be for men.
yeah.
Men cannot have any comfort in life.
Jesus.
Aftershave should burn. Why? Because it's for men. It's like, but it hurts. Fuck you, man. Put this on your face.
Here's your
Yeah.
bench to sit on.
It has nails in it because it's for men. Okay.
You don't get the sofa.
So
my
I don't
God.
think we want straight into gender politics, guys. Because honestly, like, I'm a
No, we
40-year-old man,
fixed
I
it all.
do this
We did it
but-
just there.
Yeah, we don't
Oh,
go
listen,
there.
I'm not too far behind you, so.
Oh. Cool, right, should we talk about some game stuff? Because I feel like
Oh,
we've done a
maybe.
whole lot.
Yeah,
you know,
like
big
I was
massive
We've done
tangent.
the
I was
opposite of what
thinking-
we were gonna
I
do.
was playing Shoot His Blood and Teeth, and I really want to run a Warhammer
me.
40,000, Sally. Warhammer 40,000, none of your 40k shit. Warhammer 40,000 thing, because it was just so fun, and I love it. But
Are you
I
talking
don't know
about
whether
like
to do. I don't know whether to do it as Rogue Trader or Wrath and Glory. And I've just realised that the only people that would know anything about what I'm talking about in
yeah.
regards to this is not on this team. So it's a case of yeah.
Oh no.
Shit, we're not even in chat. It's just
I
another
think
thing
Are
I'm
you
going.
talking about like an actual game, like a
RPG, yeah, RPG. I'll do it as
or like
the-
replay?
I
Did
saw
we
you
not play
playing
that?
the games day, man.
So-
It looked
No,
like it was
because you
fun.
guys have been playing other games and stuff, so I wasn't
Oh
sure.
yeah, like
when-
the game. Aye, like video games.
I
No,
was,
no, no.
when we played Warhammer before, I was absolutely loving it.
Aye.
I'll 100% play Warhammer. It's so
Right.
much fun.
Aye, the fantasy, Warhammer Fantasy roleplay. Yeah, well, it'd be
Yeah.
something like that, except it'd be grimdark, futuristic. You'd love it. All is lost.
I
kinda
used to
stuff.
get Warhammer all the time.
They're gonna make a movie soon, right?
They're meant to be
Oh,
doing
no,
something
so?
for Amazon with Henry Cavill, but simply because Henry Cavill got screwed
I
out
think
of
there's
The
something
Witcher
weird going
and
on with
Superman,
him.
Do you think that'll be good? The
because he's a
movie?
nerd.
No, because he's lost his Witcher contract and he's also lost Superman contract. So I think there's something a bit odd going on that we're obviously not aware of as normal
I
people.
don't
Well,
think
see, there was a
so.
lot
I
of
don't know.
rumors. There
Oh,
was a
no,
lot of
no,
rumors
not
going
that.
about he's quite misogynist. There was a
Really?
lot
Yeah,
of
I mean,
rumors about that.
I was just about, he apparently.
I think people are
not that
right.
great.
Yeah, I
No.
think
No,
people were
well, he
running that as well.
dated a 19-year-old while he was in his 30s, which I think's icky.
Yeah.
I know it's
Ew.
legal. I know
Yeah.
it's legal, but it's icky.
Oh, breach.
Yes, exactly. Oh my god, you know
Oh
who
my
that
god,
is.
can we talk about this?
I know who because he's a fucking weirdo. Oh no, it's
He's got
sick.
a theme song. He's got a
I
theme song,
know,
Green Grass.
Green grass.
Oh, is that where that song
That
comes
must-
from? Right, okay.
Oh
That
my
must
god.
haunt George Ezra. That must
Icky.
haunt him.
Like, how old are you, Rich?
38. Called
Right.
38
Do
this
you
year.
find an 18-year-old girl attractive? Like, you can look at her obviously as a person and think, oh, she's pretty, she's
Nineteen-
nice.
19.
Would you
Dangerous
be in
fucking
a
question.
relationship with
Very
her?
dangerous
That's
question.
dangerous.
How
That
is
is
it?
Well,
dangerous
there's a
question.
difference
Don't
between
touch
seeing
that
someone's
one.
attractive and wanting a relationship with them, though. You can
Yeah,
see someone
but-
younger is attractive
but-
and go, that's very nice to look at.
Oh, like they are very beautiful. They're
Yeah.
very stunning.
Would you
looking
be in a
lasses, blah, 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 that
relationship
kind of
with
thing.
them?
Jesus.
That's a very.
Because I definitely could not ever be in a
I think
relationship
it's
with an
mental,
18-year-old boy. Because
Is that
that is
because
what
of
it
the
is.
stigma, or is that
18-year-old
just?
boy.
I would, for,
No, because they're not got the life experience that I have. So they have not. So I think that men and women do not age the same. So
Of course.
women
I have
tend
yet
to
to
not
age
be.
mentally.
women
Yeah.
age way better.
I think
Oh,
some
yeah,
young
sure.
people have more life experience than some
I'm doing
older people that
gymnastics.
do.
I'm
though.
doing gymnastics training
Yeah,
at 38
so-
for fuck's sake,
Sally,
for the first time
she's,
ever.
she's like clout chasing her on TikTok.
Do?
She's like clout chasing that mad lassie. I
Yeah.
can't remember her name.
No, I can't. I don't know, but
Well, see,
I
here's
just
the
don't
thing.
think that a 30-something-year-old man or woman
Mental,
should
man.
be with a teenager.
Right, so would it be
Because that is
different
what
if
they are. They're
would
teenagers.
it be different if she was 20?
No, because she's still so young. Because you
Aye.
still
No, but
don't
there's
have.
where's the cut off then? If he was 40 and then she becomes 30, is that okay?
It should be.
See, I have a warped sense on this.
Like, you know what I
because
mean? Like, you
My
know what I
mum
mean?
and
though? That's-
dad are 9 years apart, right?
Yeah.
My dad is actually an old man now, whereas my
Mhm.
mum is still quite young. So she still wants to go out and go for walks and like do this, that, and the other. And my
Even though
dad's
they're
like an
dangerous
old
mind.
man.
Yeah.
So
This will be a dangerous
for
mind.
me
So, how old's your dad?
personally, 70. My mum's just turned 60. So
When did they start dating?
my mum was, I think, so she had me when she was 28. I think they were together about a
Right.
year before that, so 27.
See,
And-
so I know where you're coming from, and I know exactly what you're saying about the fact of 19-year-old lassie dating a 30-year-old guy, and vice versa. But again, where would the cut off be for that? That's my
So
only
I just
issue.
think, like, so if it's a man or a woman that's got like kids and everything like that in their 30s, I don't think a 21-year-old who doesn't have kids can actually understand
Yeah,
the
yeah,
sacrifices
yeah.
that.
My issue would be with someone with
I have no hope of finding love.
with
I've
someone
got nothing.
who's
I've got no one to fight. I'm
One at a time, guys. One at a time.
Yeah, sorry.
my
Carry on,
issue
Mary.
would be with someone who was like 18 or something, or much younger in their 20s or something, would be that I know they've got a lot of mistakes to make, and I wouldn't want to be one of them.
I don't know.
So I'm caught up here. Are we talking about someone old going out with someone young here?
Someone
What's
older
that?
dating someone much
Henry
younger than them.
Cavill,
Yeah.
because we got on the subject of.
From Warhammer 40k, just understand, you are now on.
Lee,
old
this is
people
what
dating young
happens when
people.
you leave. You
Yeah,
can't
it's
leave.
Henry
basically
Cavill
what
was Henry
it's like
Cavill,
that,
man.
yeah.
It was Henry
Cavill,
Cavill because we were talking
Oh,
about
that's
him
more,
in
yeah. There's
Yeah.
a through line, you don't even have to
Yeah.
explain it. Yeah, I know exactly.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
Henry
was
Cavill.
literally- so we were just going through the morals of where's the cut-off time, and it's like I don't personally see a man or a woman that's like 30 or 40, even if they're not tied down with like kids and everything like that, or got that sort of, but they have that life experience of they've probably been in a shitty job and got the trauma from that. They've probably been in shitty relationships and got the trauma from that, and they need to heal from that. And it does change you. I mean, I am nothing like the fucking 20-year-old that fell pregnant with my oldest, and I wouldn't put up with the shit that I put up with when I was 20. Whereas
Yeah.
a 39-year-old man, like having gone through those traumatic events and healed from them or not, going with somebody who's still very innocent, very like problematic,
Just
very
coming up on the trauma.
young-minded. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not. They need to be with somebody of the same sort of mentality and experiences,
Right.
and
Oh, would that not arguably be better then? Because that person's, whoever, maybe man or woman, would that person, the older person, not be a better person to be with because they've been through all that shit, know what to look for, and probably
no,
would
because then you're
probably treat the younger
manipulating the
person better?
situation. No,
Yeah,
you're manipulating the
if that
situation.
person's motives are entirely pure.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it can work sometimes, but I think it's rare.
I would,
yeah, for
I
sure.
would just say it depend on the people.
Yeah.
Maybe
Because
short
if you
term
wanted
it
it
could
to work
work.
and everything was fine, then surely
Say, for instance, right, 39-year-old man doesn't have children, is a single man, bought his own house, got a cushy job, right? He then gets with somebody who's 20, 21, a woman that's 20, 21. And at that point in her life, she's adamant she does not want kids. She's like, no, fuck it. No, I'm not breeding. This is it. I'm done. She then reaches 25, 28. He's now closer to 50. And she's now thinking, shit, my biological clock's ticking. I want kids now.
If he wants
Why
kids
is it
or not,
him?
then.
Why is it him? Why can she not? So why does she have to put her hopes and dreams on hold if he says no? Because they've made this decision. Because obviously she's still going to be quite young when that child reaches milestones, whereas he's going to be old and probably mistaken for a grandparent.
That's how it is, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but here's the thing. You're assuming that it's all down to Henry Cavill. I mean, it could have been.
We're seriously discussing
Henry
Henry
Cavill
Cavill.
that
I
went
think,
chasing her.
I think
mean,
that was more of a generalised outline. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
So
There's
Henry
room in it.
Cavill, explain this. to
Why
us.
do you keep going out with all of the younger
women?
women?
Saying that it's the oldest person that you should be looking at and going, well, you know, come on, you should know better. Why are they not looking at the youngest one going, well, why the fuck are you going out with an older person?
Well,
I mean, it's
I would actually
So
say
You
that I
don't
think
know what
we
trauma they've been through and they could have
Yeah.
issues. Daddy issues, mummy issues, whatever.
I don't understand. Logan, did you have something to add to that, mate?
Because younger people are easily to manipulate, that's the thing. Because the whole thing about his Paul breaching was this wee lassie was like easily manipulative and all sort of stuff.
Look at the amount of YouTubers that manipulate young fans into doing some
Aye.
crazy
Aye.
bullshit.
Well, see, Paul Breach, she's a TikTok on that this is the whole spiral of this drama that's happened. And
I
there's a
literally
story
showed
guy,
my
you know.
age there by saying YouTube and
Yeah.
not TikTok.
Yeah.
So dad.
Wait, I'll have to them a
just
few
this
years down the line.
conversation's starting to freak me out now because at the end of the day, I'm a 30-year-old dad. You know, I'm going to die alone, is what you're saying.
No,
No, you could easily go to someone your
I'm a
age.
30-year-old
Yeah, there are
single
plenty of
dad.
people your own age. It's fine.
I'm the same.
yeah, I agree.
I'm in the same boat as you,
People
Rich,
don't even
because
have
I'm
to start.
33. I'm 33. I've got 4 kids. So that I'm not going to go with someone who doesn't have kids, who doesn't understand the thoughts and feelings that I have as a parent.
Is that not a personal thing, though?
No, it is, but this is what I'm saying is that I personally wouldn't do that. I definitely, whether I had kids or not, I wouldn't go with an 18-year-old. Like, it's icky, it's gross. I wouldn't do that. But I also won't go with somebody that's 33 because of personal experience from my mum and my dad. I don't want to get to their age, me still being fit and healthy and whatnot, and my partner's an old man. It just,
But what if you're really
and that's just... That's
What
just
if
a,
you really
a
like the
trauma
person
from my
or-
life. I'm not saying that that's a blanket response to everybody. That is just my preference. So my little window is somebody that's like 30 to maybe 35, 36.
I
That's
feel
my
like we've
little
become
window.
a dating app now.
Would you refuse to date anyone out of the range of that?
At this point in time, yeah, I'm going to be picky.
Fair enough.
I won't have
Even if
somebody
you're
around.
like you really like them.
It depends. That also depends on the situation. I wouldn't date anyone younger than 30. 100%.
Fair
I don't
enough.
even like the thought of me being the oldest person in the relationship, but I wouldn't date anyone younger than 30, and I'm 33 next week. But I could possibly be swayed to date somebody that's 40, but it has to really be like,
Worth it.
yeah, magic sort of thing. So this is why
just a
I've been single
connection.
now for like 5 years, because I have boundaries in place that I won't
For
It
sure.
won't.
I mean, it's also, I mean, to be fair, Sally, in 5, what age is your youngest kid now?
7.
7, okay, so yeah, even in like 5, 10 years. But again, it's not completely out with the realm of possibility that within like 10 years you might meet somebody. Because by the time
As
your
long
kids
as the
grow up,
kid's not older than the
then
person you're going
that
out with,
kinda
or not the
helps
same age,
as
or
well.
not friends with.
Yeah.
That gets a bit creepy.
what I think we've done, which is a weird thing, is that we think children, by which I mean like your 20, 22, 23 years, are fully realised human beings, and they're not. Because, you know, it's not as your years go on. Well, here's what I do. Every 10 years I look back to the like 30-year-old me and think, what a fucking idiot. And I remember being 30 and thinking, God, 20-year-old me was a fucking idiot. So I'm guessing that happens every 10 years. And
Yeah,
like,
basically.
it's against that cliche,
I
oh,
look
I can
back
go back
on
and
me
tell
from
young
the
me
day
what old me
born
knows.
and
Like,
what a fucking idiot. So
I also
for
think
yourself, man.
women
Christ.
change. They sort of, there's like a flip that switches when they turn 25. They suddenly go from being young and independent and free. And this even happened, bearing in mind I had 4 kids at 25. After 25, I'm a completely different person. If you knew me before the age of 25, you didn't fucking know me, because I am not who I was back then. And I think that happens no matter if you've got married with kids or if you've been single. There is a switch that flips on every female at about the age of 25, and they
So-
change completely.
your priorities change.
Yeah.
Everyone's
So,
priority
to be
changes
clear-
every
to
2
be
years.
clear,
So, I mean,
anyone above 25, I'm okay to say, yeah, okay.
That's your.
Well,
Well,
I just feel that it's
Because
morally
apparently
wrong to
there's
go
a
with a
line now. I don't know what
teenager,
it is.
right?
Okay.
A teenager. 'cause
Richard
that is
apparently has
still
got
like
lots of
18
24-year-olds flinging themselves at him, and he's just been told he's not allowed to go out with them, and he's gutted.
yeah, you can.
Oh, yeah.
I have. See, and I don't even know how to answer that. No, for
I
a
have
start, it's
crushes
wrong.
on people that are like younger than me, but it's an aesthetic crush. It's not a deep. I could see
What's
myself
an
at 10
aesthetic
years.
crush?
is
So,
it one
like-
for the private times?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I
Mitty
have
made the first wanking joke. Well done, Mitty.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't the first one.
crush,
Good
and
job.
I
That's
feel
fair.
attracted to somebody that is younger than me, but I could never be in a relationship that's younger. Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
Like,
I see that. I can
It's
see
like,
that.
what would we talk about? Like, you know, when it's not
Yeah.
sexy time, like, what do I have to say to this person?
You're sitting there with your slippers on, going, "So, how was the TikTok today?"
I don't feel like you want to talk too much.
I don't think you can judge someone on their age because everyone's different.
As
Aye,
somebody who's
aye. There's that as
Like,
well.
Two 20-year-olds can be
I would-
completely different places,
I would
and
disagree.
like,
No, no,
you would think,
it's
shit, I didn't
junior
think you were
because you're
20.
25.
Like, you'd think they were older.
One at a time, guys. One at a time. Rachel is the track top there.
My bad.
Sorry, Rachel. I keep putting you in this spot, and then you're like, what the fuck was I saying?
I was just saying that I don't know what anyone heard or didn't hear.
We got up to 25 years.
judge
Could be
anyone.
different. Yeah, can't judge people by their age.
Yeah, because I mean, I totally understand the teenage thing though, because a lot of people would find that weird, and a lot of people's
Rightly
families
so.
would find it weird. Never mind just other people.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think some young people can definitely still be very like, I wouldn't say wise, but like, you know, definitely have more life experience than people who are older.
Life experience. I worked with a guy that was 26, and he'd been in the military since he was 18. And I worked with a guy that was 24, and he'd been a musician his entire life. And to speak to them, you'd think the guy that was in the military was in his 50s, because he'd just seen so much fucking trauma that he like had this really outlook in life. And he was like a fun guy and everything, but he was just like incredibly mature. He'd seen situations as they were, and he dealt with things. The other guy was like, well, yeah, let's see what's happening. Nothing bad's gonna happen. But like we spoke to the guys, like, yeah, I mean, I've seen people get blown apart by like machine guns, like 50 cals blasting through human beings. Kind of just changes your outlook.
Yeah,
in
it
life,
would,
you know?
yeah, I
It would
imagine
do.
it would. Aye.
so how old are you now, Rachel?
28.
Right, so you're 28 and you're 25, Leon, yeah?
Logan's 17.
So look back on who you were
He's not
at
he's
20.
not 7. Sorry,
Look back on who you were at 20.
an alcoholic.
Do you think that you have the same life experience, or do
Respect,
you
Rachel.
think you have the
Respect.
same outlook on life as what you did back then as what you do now?
Oh no, definitely not. But I
I've
don't
gone
have.
through a lot of mental health issues, though I have a different outlook on people who have generally gone through life stages anyway.
Yeah, I was like, a bit of like stupid and a bit of a dick in like my early 20s, like like late teens kind of thing. So yeah, it's I'd say I definitely like have a different like perspective on like a lot of things, particularly like I don't know, I guess like relationships and like taking them seriously, that kind of thing. I guess yeah.
I suppose you shouldn't really be. I don't think you should be taking relationships seriously when you're like 18 to 24 anyway. To be honest.
I regret getting married. Right, so
My brother got married when he was 23.
I got married at 21. I got divorced at 26. And I regret my marriage. I don't regret my children because I love them to bits. I regret who I had him with, but I was manipulated into that, which is a whole other story.
Yeah, that can happen.
He was 86, so he was 4 years older than me. And he got kicked out at 17 and made it on his own and made like this whole story and manipulated me into thinking that he was this and that, and he wasn't. And as my 33-year-old self now, I would never fall for what he was.
No.
And after my divorce, when I got with my like most recent ex-boyfriend, he was lovely. Everybody loved him for the first 6 months. And then he threw me to the floor and bruised me. So,
Excuse me, do you have an address for this person?
Yes,
No.
I'm having a feeling right now.
Yeah, that's all I need. Yeah.
So,
Sally has shared this trauma before, and it is devastating.
Give me a
But do
name
you want
and
to say
a
this on
number
stream,
and
Sally?
I
sort it
am
out.
so open now. Like it's
Oh.
not something that
Okay.
like phases me.
Let me say this again. Do you want to share this with our potential viewers, Sally?
It's
who
fine
you
if
would
it helps
for
somebody
them,
to
that you
realise.
traumatise
We'll do
them.
a
Okay.
trigger warning
If it
then.
helps
point.
somebody
Yeah,
to
that's
Some people might
realise,
actually need
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
if it
trigger
helps somebody
warnings.
to realise that
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
there's lights at the end of the tunnel. So I wouldn't
Yeah.
fall for that sort of stuff again. I was desperate when I got with my most recent ex-boyfriend because in my head I was going to be lonely forever because I'm a single mum of 4 kids. So then when this man showed interest in me, it was like, oh my god, yay, I am still desirable. Woohoo. And I didn't pick up on the red flags. Whereas now at this age, and I've actually done a lot of self-work and a lot of inner healing, I can sort of sit there and say, it'll happen when it happens. I'm not forcing it. At some points I put the vibe out like, yeah, I'm young, free and single, let's do this. And then at other times I'm like, no, I'm in a dark place, I'm shutting myself off. But I know these things. Whereas at 20, 21, even up to the ages of like 27, I didn't know the difference between what stages of my trauma I was going through. And it's only sort of recently that I've worked on that. And that's the difference between somebody who is ready to move on and to be everything that somebody needs to be than just looking for company, to not be lonely. And
So, you're absolutely right what you're saying. However, not to take anything away from everything fucking thing you went through. Jesus Christ. We all know. Now, however,
We will find you if you're watching,
you're-
which we won't be.
you're right
and
enough
we
in
will.
saying-
Yes.
That was
Yeah,
a
yeah,
joke.
you're
That was a
right
joke.
enough in-
Twitch,
yeah,
that was a joke.
You're
We do not advocate the murder of people,
No.
even if
I
they were
didn't
dicks.
say anything like that. I just said we
I
will.
said
And
it.
then
Aye, but see, rather with that 20-year-old going out and making their mistakes. I mean, it's life experience. You make mistakes. That's how you get on. That's how you become as wise as
As wise as us.
without us saying it any
That's
other way.
right.
That's how you
Us here
Well, that's how you
talking
become as
about
wise as you are.
games.
Yeah, that's how you become
I
as
would
wise
argue
as
that
you are. I
mistakes are
regret
literally made.
nothing in life. I am lucky enough not to regret nothing in life because I wouldn't be here
You
right now
fucking
where I
liar.
am. No, I don't regret a thing. There's nothing I regret.
It's
you
bollocks.
should also be
Oh,
old enough to
honestly,
know
thank you.
and not want to
I've
be
got so
somebody's
many
regret.
injuries that I regret. Like things that I'd done that was so fucking dumb. I've got scars and shit. I'm like, man, what was I thinking?
I bet
blew
you
out my
bring them up
knees
at
'cause I
parties.
Eh?
Which I bet you bring up at parties or times like that, random times like
know.
this. Yeah, I want to see
What,
this
how-
scar I've got.
Okay,
Really?
here I'll no, I can't really share
This
that.
one,
Well,
this
that's my
one's
point.
chicken
That's
pox.
the thing. It's all life experience.
I've got
anyway.
Listen,
That's fine.
Right. When
What are we
Lee's
talking
pissing
about?
blood, he's really upset about things that life choices he made, including his body when he was younger. There's a fun fact for you Sanity Check gaming fans.
Yeah, but if you're not, but
Lee
see, if you
pisses
didn't go
blood
through
quite
those things,
regularly.
you wouldn't be the person you are today. You wouldn't be the person that you are trying to get
Yeah,
better.
they're
and make
happy
your
guy
body
that's having
stronger.
normal piss coming out of them.
Yeah, but you're building you're
pissing blood
living a
Good
better
point.
life now, surely.
Been to the doctors, I've got a hospital appointment soon.
Yeah,
But yeah,
you're
it's
living
concerning.
you're living a better life now because of it. It's life
Yeah, no,
experience.
No, if someone said to me, Lee, drink water and don't have the creatine from that weird fucking protein shop in Mark Hall, right? And see when your kidneys get really sore the day after you take it, stop taking it. I'd be like, thanks very much for that advice, Lee.
I just got a lot Colbert.
Eh?
I just got a lot Colbert.
Well, yeah,
Right.
you know, mistakes are made. I regret going to Lark Hall as well, to be honest.
You now know not to.
I would
You
also
know
say
not to
this:
do it, though.
take good care of your teeth when you're a young kid. Here's why.
Yes.
See that shit? You
Ugh.
end up with a denture when you're 41. Right?
Sweet
No shit.
days.
Oh wait, what? Oh,
I thought that was the truth. I was like,
that's
what?
what I know.
Is that that's the watermelon ones?
Okay,
That's
but
the
let's
sour
say-
watermelons
I
from the
don't
co-op.
regret-
You've
I
been to
don't
the
regret-
co-op.
regret a damn- Yeah, I don't regret a damn thing in my life.
Oh,
It's,
no,
it's
you
got me
don't.
here. It's
Other
got me
things
here.
are available.
Don't want to be anybody else's regrets either. So at your age, you shouldn't want to be somebody's learning point.
Right, for sure.
I mean, it
I think
depends
it's
on-
different for guys though.
I never really know exactly how my relationships went. Of course, I've been a learning point. How else would anyone
But
supposed
why
to be
would you
learning?
want to be somebody's like?
I think it's different for guys.
That's a risk. That's a risk any relationship you go
I
into.
think maybe if you knew when you were going into it that you would just be like a mistake or
Yeah, exactly.
something. You wouldn't
Hindsight
have to
is
have
Hindsight is
that
great.
happen.
Hindsight is a
See-
great thing, is what I'm saying. Come on, it's life
Yeah.
experience. Hindsight is a
See,
great thing.
it's
You
being
wouldn't
a
have
40-year-old
taken the
man,
creatine.
right?
Yeah, you
If I
wouldn't
was a
have taken
single
the
40-year-old
creatine.
man, well, it
You
would.
would-
See, he's been a single 40-year-old man. See, good with a 20-year-old. Here's what I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want to be that 30-year-old. When I'm 50, I wouldn't want to be that 30-year-old's regret. And I would regret that, right? Because see, ultimately, there's a certain point, you're going to look at this person, they're going to look back at you, and you're going to be an old fucking man, and they're still going to have their life ahead of them. And then you'd be like, they should leave me. But maybe they stay with you because they love you. But then see, 10 years after that, when they're 40, and things are like starting to slow down for them, and you're 60, like, why would you want to
Hey,
be that
shut
person?
up.
Like,
Slow down at 40. Fuck you.
You're a parent.
I'm still.
the same age as you.
You're a parent.
Yeah.
Like,
I
you're
have a parent. I'm saying if I was a single man and I didn't have any kids and I was going out with 20-year-olds, I just think all I'm going to get is a long line of people dumping me until I'm too old for that kind of person to want to go out with me anymore.
Your
Yeah.
kids are going to eventually do that, though. You do know that.
My kids are not going to be dating like 20-year-olds when they're
No.
40, but teach them
No,
right.
what I'm saying is, you're. But that's
That wasn't a
the exact thing
hypothetical
you've
scenario I
said.
was posting though.
Yeah.
The hypothetical was I was saying is single Lee with no kids wouldn't
Yeah.
want to be doing that. Again, Lee's also got a different outlook than people do that kind of thing.
If you're
I love
gonna
how you
live
taught
that
yourself
way,
into the
you're
We
gonna
best.
live-
also know that kids
live
are
exactly
going
that
to
with
be.
Yeah.
Kids are going to be dating people that are generally their own age. I mean, when I was 18, I was dating, I think the maximum was like 20, maybe 21. And then I wasn't dating anyone younger because, again, I couldn't go out drinking with them because they weren't old enough to go in the bars. So I'm not going to go do that. So it's...
It must be weird in
Trying to-
America because the drinking age thing.
21.
One.
Yeah, so if you
Fuck that.
you were dating
Maybe
someone
step by
who's younger
step.
and like, oh, I can't go to the bar with you, that would be kind of weird, wouldn't it?
I mean, the drinking age in the UK is what, 12?
Oh,
No,
it's
Well,
really
18 officially.
Bowling in the woods.
Took me nephew out for a pint the other day.
La-dee-da, look at you following the law.
Logan, how
Right.
old is the oldest person you would date, and how old is the youngest person you would date?
Ooh,
10
that's an
years either
interesting
side of my
question.
age. 10 years either
30
side of my age.
years? Did you say
10.
10 or 30?
10 years either
Oh.
side of my age.
30 was a bold statement. I was like, wow,
27,
10 or
27 and
60.
37.
That's impressive.
27 and 47.
Like, so, I would say, because I'm 22, I would say like just one above or one below. I'd
Really? So you would go with a 27-year-old?
But there's my
But
point.
Leon's right there.
Yeah. there's my point with Logan
Leon's the
saying.
only exception.
Obviously.
Leon is timeless.
You can't
Listen,
tell
the
someone's
only
age
reason,
by
the
looking
only
at
reason
them all
me
the
and,
time. Those
the only
days.
reason
You
me
can't
and
just
Leon
like,
aren't
I
dating
don't
is
like
because
them
he
enough, you're
falls
like,
under my
hang on.
10-year-old.
Oh, hi, we're all
Too
talking
many
once
people
again.
talking. Too many people talking.
True.
Richard,
Rich.
what?
Oh, okay. Different
I'm
ways
so
there.
confused.
Right,
Go.
no, Richard, that is your turn, mate. Sorry, I give you a mouthful of abuse for doing this.
No, I was laughing. It was fine. I just heard that. I was going, oh my god. I was just saying, mine was a silly point anyway. I was just going to say the only reason me and Leon aren't dating is because he falls under my 10-year range.
I missed the cut off.
25. No, I'm sorry, mate.
Well, my good lady missus, I think she's 4 years older than me. I'm trying to think. Is that right? I have to like work at what age I am in my head.
Last time I was 29 and I'm not.
Married to a cougar, huh? Unbelievable.
I think. No, actually, no. I know what year she was born. It was. Oh, she will be 44 at the moment. So I
What's
guess
her
I'd have to say she was born in 78. When's her birthday?
No. Aye, when's her birthday, mate?
June 9th. Either June 9th or July 17th. One of the two.
He's
I
just the
think
date off the random head. That doesn't necessarily mean it's true.
June 9th is
The
my
date?
child. That is my youngest child's birthday, and
hang on,
July
he's-
17th is Yvonne's.
He's working it
That's
out.
That's what
Are you
Weirdly,
sure
I
Rangers
remember-
report?
Aye, is that excuse you make, aye? Is that the excuse
Well, no,
you make every year?
weirdly enough, I remember Logan's. Logan's is not that Logan. December the 11th. But when it comes
What's
to
my
Yvonne
birthday?
and Alex's, yours, I have no idea, mate. We're not that close.
Your kids' birthdays?
Not my biological children's. I forget where we're going with this. But yeah, for some reason, Yvonne's and Alex's have become interchangeable in my mind, and I've no idea why.
So here's a question for the non-parent people within this group.
Oh dear.
If you date somebody with children, right? We won't get offended if you say no.
No.
So please don't take our feelings into
Right now,
consideration here.
currently, no.
Yes.
I think
No.
my partner might have something to say
As
about
of
that.
right now, no.
If you were single, Mary.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Probably it'd be
I'm
fine.
not-
Yeah.
Fucking bastard, wanking.
Did you say no, Leon?
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
Hate
I
is
just
all. Hate
wouldn't
is all.
be- Well, I'd want to, because like I don't know, I'd want to be like mature enough for that kind of thing, and I know I would like try, but I think I would like not be
I'd probably mess the kid
right
up.
for it right now anyway. Yes.
I probably would, because I'm a bit older. But I don't think I'd try and be a parent to their kids, because I'd be like, this feels
that's
really
not really
awkward,
what you
and
want.
I don't really feel comfortable doing that. So if it becomes that eventually, that's fine. But initially,
I think
I'd be
it
like,
depends. It depends on the person,
okay.
right?
Well, to answer Mary's question, like the age group that me and Mary are, and let's say tomorrow I'm single for some reason, if I was to date someone my own age, chances are they could have a kid anywhere between 9 and 20.
Yeah.
Like, so if they have a 19-year-old kid, I was out to be like, hey, I'm your dad. It would just be like,
I'm
you
your
know, you
best
meet them,
mate.
and he's like, hi, I'm going out with your mum, I'll treat her well, and that'd be that.
As a
Um,
single mum, I'm not looking for somebody to be a dad. Okay, my kids actually don't have a dad, right? But I'm not looking for somebody to come in and take a dad role. I'm looking for somebody to come in and help me with my mental load, you know,
Yeah,
like, so
yeah,
if the kids are pissing me off, let me rant to you, but don't go up there and have a go at them. That's
no,
still
that's
my job.
that's where I would be like, I'd sort of not, I'd take a step back, because I'd be like, if the other person's job is to deal with this, it's not
Yeah.
mine. I'm interested in this person. If it becomes that eventually as a natural process, that's fine. But
That is a long process as well. You're talking
Yes.
that's years
That's
before
not like a
you'd even be
6
like,
months thing. That's
yeah, I've not just met you.
Leon.
See, here's a good question for that reason.
Hang on, Leon had a
Oh,
question.
no, Leon had his hand up.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. That's absolutely fine.
I have something to add. So, my mum didn't let my stepdad meet me. I think until like a year into their relationship. You know, so it's like it's one of those things. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Pretty much
Yeah.
what I was going to
How
ask.
old
Would
were
you
you?
I was 1.
Oh, fuck. Jesus.
Yeah. My mum. So yeah, my
Imagining tiny
mum
Leon.
and my dad weren't really ever like together, kind of thing, and
I think that's what
yeah,
I'd be
but
afraid
my
of.
mum.
Like,
Yeah.
I was just imagining a baby with Leon's head.
yeah,
No, Richard, what were you
literally-
saying?
Exactly the same
I
thing.
genuinely thought you were going to say something like 16 or 17, Leon, and then when you said
Yeah, I
like
did.
1, I was like, Listen,
Yeah,
so
I
your
was
stepdad's been a part of your life since you can remember, though.
Oh yeah, like there's never a point where I can't really remember him. So
Yeah.
it's
So basically,
quite,
a
like-
dad.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
he like a dad
Yeah.
to you? Do you call him
Yeah.
dad?
I call him dad. I call my dad
Jesus.
dad. I call my stepdad dad. It's
Yeah.
it's not even like weird
Call
for
him
me.
dad
It's
to his
just
face. Do you call him by his name to his face?
I call him dad to his face.
Get everybody says, Dad.
No, it's only because my brother
For the long
does
haul.
not have the same dad as me. But when he talks, because his dad died at the age of 36 through drinking, and he wasn't a very nice man anyway. But that's a whole different story. So my dad has brought him up since he was like 2. But to his face, he always calls my dad by his name. But if he's saying, like, talking to a group of people who are, oh yeah, my dad. So
My
it's
friend's
just
the
a
same,
really,
yeah.
really weird thing that
Yeah, my
to meet
friend's the
somebody
same.
else who's had a stepdad from such a young age, seeing if
Jerry,
Yeah, my best friend's the same.
yeah.
Her
Jer-
stepdad she'll call dad to us, but then to our family or him or anything, it's always his name.
Yeah.
I respect that. Like everyone's like individual, like
Yeah.
their individual relationships. I like.
Buys
if
him
that's-
Father's Day presents though. Just she doesn't call him dad to him.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy the presents, right?
What did I miss?
He's talking about dads.
What were you saying then, Rich, about
I was
dating
going to ask
someone
A really
with-
touching moment.
Well, I was going to ask the.
It was really beautiful, to be honest.
Sally, about that says if you're going to date someone and you've got kids and they're single and they don't have kids, then why tell them about the kids?
because they need to know if I can't go out or.
Well, depends on.
if I-
Well, you said yourself if it's going up to the point where you're going to be more serious. I mean, if it's just dating, the case of right, see where it goes. Why would you tell them about the kids?
What you?
Because
you-
I-
I would not
So
want to
I
drop
have
the
a different
kid bomb on
situation.
someone and give into the
I have a
relationship.
really different
I would feel
situation to
like
most
it.
single parents. I am
Yeah.
actually a lone parent. I have no support. I have my children 24/7, 365 days a year. So I don't even know people to babysit my children. So if I want to go on a date, I have to arrange it like 2 weeks in advance with my mum and dad to have the children, or my brother to come and have the children, who all work full time. So I don't have the luxury of another person taking my children for a weekend or a week or a night in the week or anything like that. So if I was to date, they need to know I'm actually really difficult to date because of my situation. And I wouldn't meet them for the first time around my house. And I wouldn't
fair
meet them
enough,
for the
yeah.
first time at night
Yeah.
either. I would
You
meet
need to
them in
know
the
that.
day for a coffee. And that is how I would have to do it.
Yeah.
And then
Oh.
as the relationship goes on, and I'm hoping that after sort of, I don't know, 6
dates.
months, then they can come round my house when the kids are in bed.
But you'd be straight with them and say that I do have kids, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I
I've
feel
got, I've got an online dating
Yeah.
Yeah.
profile, and I've put in my profile that I've
Yeah.
got kids.
because I feel like
The
that
online
would be
dating one's
that,
different. Like,
that would
I
feel
would
like
feel
you're
lied
being.
to if
Yeah,
someone did tell
it would
me.
feel like you're being ambushed suddenly if someone didn't tell you, and then like 6
yeah.
months
Yeah.
down the line they go,
Or
"Oh
she
yeah,
lied to me.
there's this."
Yeah, but then I hate it when men, so obviously on the online dating thing, I hate it when men put pictures up of their children. So like they're cuddling their children on their online
it's
dating
just like-
profile.
Yeah.
I think it's because they think it makes them look more.
I get why
Approachable.
they do it, but
Yeah.
it's
can
not
be,
a safe
yeah.
place to put it. Like women are just as much predators for these sorts of things as men are.
Yeah.
So to put them up on their dating profiles, you're opening up that you have these children and
Yeah.
putting their pictures up
Yeah.
there. It's unsafe. And then you've also got people that are like, oh yeah, the kid in the picture's my nephew. It's like, does the mum know that you've got their child in the picture?
Yes.
And it's just wrong. I don't think children belong on online dating pictures.
Yeah, I completely understand that. I don't think I would. I wouldn't put a kid on. No.
No, and it instantly makes me swipe left. I
Yeah.
think it's left.
If I had a kid, though, I would definitely say, I've got a kid.
I don't do online dating anymore. It's
But I ain't putting
horrible.
pictures of my kid on the
Mental
internet.
health.
No.
Not worth it.
I played a fun prank on somebody once at work. Remember
You're
the
the
days
reason
before?
why I don't do this, mate. You know that? You're
Well,
the
here's what I've
exact
done, right?
reason why.
Remember before phones were really locked properly, it was like a kind of hassle to set up a PIN code. You had to like do it yourself, so you could just get into people's phones. So I downloaded I downloaded Tinder for this woman at work, and I made up a profile for her. And I picked all the worst pictures I could find on our roll. It was like all her with her kids, all her
You
like
cruel
looking
man.
stupid. It was like, again, it was a different time. Okay.
I'm willing to bet you 10 minutes in, you got 12 cock shots.
Well, I thought this would be funny. Haha, nobody will nobody will like message her because I've picked all the worst pictures. The next day she came and she's like, Lee, how the fuck do you get this app off the phone? It has been ringing all night. So guys are the worst, right?
They
Guys
are.
are,
Yeah,
here's this woman with her kid, and like again, the profile was nothing. It's just all the worst pictures I could possibly find, and it was just dude after dude after. When can we meet up? When can we meet up? When can we meet up? I'm like, oh my god, this is horrifying. So yeah, I didn't ever do that prank again.
we're
No,
the
no.
worst.
Men are monsters.
We're
Men are
horrible.
monsters. They are the worst.
We are the worst.
I think women on dating apps should not put pictures of kids up because you
I don't think
probably
men
get
should-
men that go on there specifically looking for women that have children.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
men shouldn't do that because women are doing that as well. Women are involved in human trafficking just as much as men. And if you're going to be putting pictures up of children, you're opening up a whole can of worms that you shouldn't be opening up.
So, games.
Yeah, we've now moved into human trafficking, guys.
We're
Can
going
we
downhill
stop?
fast.
I'm playing a game right now, guys, in case you want me to.
What game you playing? Do you want to share
What
the
I
screen with
was
us?
going to
Okay,
ask
that's good.
was,
Oh no!
How's that gonna
Zelda
work?
worth it?
Oh my god.
Say that again.
Is Zelda worth getting for my
Which one?
Switch?
Oh, Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild
I
for
don't know
sure.
because I've got a Switch that it's for the children, but it's my birthday next week, and they're asking what to get me for my birthday.
Oh, and the one
Yeah.
about Zelda. Yeah, I remember
Oh.
this conversation.
Do
Breath of the
you
Wild
like?
for
Do you like
sure.
Zelda? Do you like games?
They
Yes,
want
I
it so
like
they can
Zelda.
play it, Lee.
Well, yeah, I guess it'd be okay.
My nephew calls one of them Mini Zelda. And I don't know why he calls it Mini Zelda, but he does.
Oh, he's playing. Is that the? Oh, what's that? I was going to say Shovel Knight. But it's not Shovel Knight. It's the other
Hollow
thing.
Knight.
Hollow Knight. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think Minnie's got a click watch stream here, or else the people on Twitch are just
should-
watching
should I-
me watch him.
Should I do this?
Yeah, do it. Let's just see what happens.
Oh god, right,
Let's see
all
what
right.
works.
We'll see what
Let's shoot
happens.
it.
It will work
Oh,
as well,
right,
like
okay.
an Inception thing. We're streaming we are streaming a stream through a
Streaming-
stream. So it'd be
Wow.
We should all start streaming things at the same time. To see
Oh
what
my
happens.
god.
you can only watch one at a time. To be fair, so
Oh, boo. He's playing Hollow Knight, guys. There you go.
that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
You see the
To be fair,
comments
this isn't
on
a
that
bad
one.
idea. The stream on, so like us talking about stuff while one of us plays a game. Then, like,
That's
it's
actually not a bad shout. Like, yeah,
Well, yeah, if we were playing like a multiplayer game, we could just have it from whoever's streaming's point of view, essentially.
yeah.
So you can see us all at the bottom. I mean, we're all there. You can see us all at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
It fits in okay.
Alright.
And I
Does
play
anybody
games usually
have-
the one commentary I make because, oh shit, I've done that wrong.
Does anybody have the vampire game?
Masquerade.
PDF
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
game book.
The Masquerade.
Do you
game.
not have it, Sally?
Oh, I don't, because I don't really know where to buy these things.
Okay, so
it's
Today's
Oh,
you're on the
best
game
is
of
the
Luke.
Masquerade, unless you want the new one. The new one's probably.
is it seventh edition you're playing?
I think so.
You can just get it on Amazon.
Blah, 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 blah. Oh, I thought you were going to say something like you just pirate it or something like blah, 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 we don't support
Oh,
that.
no.
Yeah,
no.
we don't do that.
It's on Drive Through
Yeah,
RPG,
I
do you
would
know?
not advertise that.
It will be, I'd imagine.
Oh, what the
Is
hell did it do then?
seventh? Is it which one? What's the newest one? Is it 7th edition?
7th, yeah.
Should we just be under Vampire the
I think you
Masquerade?
can get it from Magic Madhouse. That's a company that sells things like that. I did not just promote them.
There's
You can
a
promote anyone you want. That's fine.
there's a video game version of Masquerade on
I'll have a
stream.
look and see if I can find one for you.
Yeah, Bloodlines. It's a very old game. Though.
I like that game quite a lot though. It is quite good.
Oh, it's a fantastic game. Yeah.
Vampire 5th edition. That's
Still
£25
one
on
of
Drive
my-
Through RPG.
still one of my favourite songs ever to the end of a game, Swamped by Lacuna Coil.
Oh yeah, it has a great soundtrack.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Okay, that's.
How is the sound, by the way, on the stream? I'm just gonna double check.
Sounds alright. I can hear it.
I can't really hear it. I don't know if that's because I've
really
got
hearing
you.
anything, but
Okay.
maybe it's my setup. I don't know.
I can hear it. It's just like it's quite low, like, but I can still hear it.
Okay.
Those things are like nuclear bombs. If it hits you, it takes out like all your hearts.
So if you were to give somebody 3 bits of advice on starting to play
Ooh.
RPG, what advice would you give them?
Good DM.
Have fun. Don't take it too
Learn
seriously.
the core rule. There's every RPG has one core rule. It is what do I need to roll and how does it work?
Sally,
That
do
is
you want me to
effectively
send the link for the place that I found it?
Yes, please. Facebook.
Yeah. For instance, D&D simply comes down to roll a d20 and add whatever your skill is. Vampire is stat, skill, this is how many dice you roll, this is the target number you need to know. That's all you need. Second rule is don't over prep. Right, basic plot points and
I sent it to you on Facebook.
even if you need to write even if you need to railroad story for your first couple of times, railroad it, couple of story points, this is where they hit, this is what happens when you hit it, and go from there. And then the third one is just relax. There is nothing worse than being so stressed out over a game. That's not what the game's for. Even running a game, you shouldn't be stressed out over it. If you're stressed out over it, it's not worth it. There you go.
But you, Logan, what would be your 3 bits of advice?
Logan has
DM.
never run a game in his life.
Yeah.
He did run a game.
I've run a game.
Yeah.
What was that thing I messed up?
You didn't read the game you were playing?
No, I did. It was just the
What game is
enemies. Creating the enemies was a pain.
Do you make them too difficult to
Ah,
kill?
I can't remember what I did. It was something like that, and just
It was a
relax.
Star Wars RPG. You played the 5e version of Star Wars, and basically none of us understood how to make characters in it, so we were just kind of like
I
slapped some
needed
things
it.
together.
DM.
And then I just kind of like steamrolled him a few times, like I do this, and he didn't know the rules, so he just let me away with it, and then. So like I use Jedi mind trick, and it turns out Jedi mind trick does not do that at all in the game. It is
I tricked the
basically-
DM.
Yeah, and then he didn't know because Logan's not as experienced as bullshittery as
To
the
be
rest of
honest,
us.
I don't care. I'll just have fun. That's all. I'm not.
Oh, that's
Sally,
pretty
I
good.
have also sent you a link to that you can purchase on. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
so yeah, remember to purchase it legally.
Of
Yeah,
course,
always-
I'll put my
always
bank
purchase
details in
legally.
just now.
Heals me paying money. There we go.
Yar, the lad. I be purchasing me book.
Miri,
Yeah.
what would you do? What 3 bits
I
of
haven't run a
advice?
game yet.
Yeah. This is a
But my
general
advice
RPG.
would be to the players should be very kind to the GM and not question how the transporters work.
I want to be as long as I'm a
They've
Gordon,
got
I'm
the
happy.
Heisenberg compensator. We know how they work. There's
The way
a
I
deep
say.
cut joke for anyone who knows Star Trek. I don't even know if it's the right word to it. I know there's a compensator that's basically the guy that says you can't know where purples are if you know how fast they're moving. If you know how fast they're moving, you can't know where they are. Whoever that guy is, that's a deep cut joke from Star Trek. Nerds.
I watched Galaxy Quest, which is like Star Trek.
It's basically Star Trek, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically Star Trek.
It's pretty cool.
It's one
Alan
of the best Star
Rickman's my
Trek films.
And
It is by far one of the best Star Trek films. Yeah.
Aye. When you put it like that, you're absolutely right.
Widely regarded, even by Star Trek
That's
fans,
scary.
in all the polls,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Galaxy Quest comes in all the because that was better than like fucking 80% of the Star Trek movies they made. It's one of those weird fan bases where they make
80%.
lots of content. Some of it's good.
Good night.
Love you.
me too.
Good night, Smaller Lee.
Okay, I can't even. Logan is no longer small. Logan is the same height as me.
Oh, he won't have bulked out yet, though, surely.
No, he's not. No, he's not obviously as big as me, but yeah, he's like the same height.
Yeah. He's the same height as you. He's not small.
But yeah, he's like, he was standing next to me the other day. I'm like, that's like he's eye level with me.
Wow.
For a second.
Yeah. When are you doing Star Trek, Murray?
I hadn't decided yet.
Oh.
I wanted to talk
would
to you
you-
about it, but I don't know if here is a good place or what.
It's a terrifying
May as well do
prospect,
it now.
isn't it, being
Well,
DMing?
May as well do it. May as well do it now if we're streaming, unless
Oh,
it's
I guess
Richard
so.
actually gave you some fantastic advice there. Short adventure, literally set up, go to place, thing happens, and then that's it.
Yeah.
You know, then like, how do we resolve? Oh, we go to a planet. Oh, there's a monster, or there's an investigation, and go and investigate that shit, and then that's it. And that's the first
Arguably-
session done.
Arguably, you'll be a better DM than you think, Murray, because you're well versed in the lore and you enjoy Star Trek. See if you enjoy it and you know more about it. The world is literally the universe is your the universe is your
It's your
plaything.
molluscus?
Yeah.
So
It's your mollusk.
It's a smorgasbord.
that's the word. Thank you.
Mollusk, yeah.
The world is your
DMing
lobster.
the GM.
I'm actually quite
Yeah.
enjoying
Well, there's
having
your
the game
lobster,
playing
yes.
in the corner.
Yeah,
By the
it's
way, guys, we
pretty
should
cool,
do
isn't
this. I
should
find
do
myself
this more
keep watching it. One of us just comes on and just plays a game, and everyone else is like,
Yeah,
check,
actually,
check,
this
check,
this
check,
works
check.
pretty well. Yeah.
Are
Right,
you
what's
gonna
the thing?
DM at all, Rachel?
I have thought, because I have DM'd my brothers and it was really fun, but it is so stressful.
What I'd
Um,
say is that the one shots take away from the stress of it all.
Oh yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
because all you got to do is
because
run the one shot.
obviously, like, I know you guys, I know you, but it was my brothers, so it wasn't as
Intense.
like there was less anxiety.
I get you.
Whereas I don't think I could. I think I'd have too much anxiety. I'd panic and things wouldn't happen right. Like sometimes when I get nervous, I can't say things the way I want to say them, and they come out wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
And
another
What?
when I'm
think-
reading out loud, found this out the other day when I was reading a book to my nephew. I can't read out loud very well.
That's a practice thing, though, Rich.
Yeah.
What I'd
Yeah.
say, Rich, is see if you grab two of us, just two, and said this is an on rails adventure. Then you know, just literally you lay the ground rules with us, like don't like do a fucking Jerry and try and make up a story to some street sweeper for fucking 40 minutes. At least say this is on rails adventure. Here's what I want to happen. Here's where it's going to go. And if you guys could just kind of play act the scene and make it more like the play as opposed to improv, and then see if you do that 3, 4, 5, 10 times. Then obviously be like, okay, I can expand this, I can expand that. And just as long as you're comfortable with it. I mean, there's a million different ways to DM, and just talk to your players and just say, this is what I'd want you to do so I can get to the swing of it. And then before you know it, you'll be like, okay, where do you want to go in the world? And we'll be like, there. And you'll be like, okay, here's fucking Jerry and his family. And
I treat it like a play or a film. First act, second act, third act. There you go.
very much like I've done. I put you some time with it. So Richard done the same thing. So just give you a time frame.
Yeah. Especially with one shots. Terminator, for instance, I did exactly that. First act, second act, there's the end. Same way Alien, as you says, there was your first act in the ship, second act was landing, third was escaping.
That's it. And
yeah.
you give them a
Also,
you get a time
depends
limit.
what you're playing with the monster levels, because if you're playing D&D with monster levels, you have to, if you don't get it right, they can be either too hard or too easy.
That's
see,
very true.
see what I do for it, and I do it regularly, is see if it's too easy, I start adding more hit points onto it. It's not as easy. See if it's too hard, I start taking hit points off.
No, yeah. There's games before I've just spent like half hit points because you guys have taken too long. Like, no,
But that's because he doesn't like combat. I do it because it's like, right, this is
combat is
quite.
boring.
I've made this quite difficult. I'll maybe not use this ability, and then I'll stop here, and I'll maybe cut cut some of the hit points away. That's all you do.
you can actually
And if
do
there's
it.
like loads of players, have more enemies rather than like just two.
Yeah, especially if you've got more. Even if you've got more enemies and you give them too many enemies, again, they're all the same type. If they're all the same enemy type, just cut away some of the hit points, make it easier. Because
And if there's too
doing
many,
that,
just cut them down.
yeah.
I
See if
knew
it's,
it was
even if it's
awesome, yeah.
like that, even with like that makes it look super badass and makes your players feel good because they're carving through waves of enemy.
Yeah.
Just one hit. And it makes your players feel absolutely fucking incredible for doing it because it looks as if they're in a game of Lord of the Rings, just bomb stabbing and straight and then moving on to the next person. Genuinely.
Oh, sorry. What might actually work for you quick? 1 minute, not really. Ratch is a dungeon crawl.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a dungeon because go to a room, you search a room. What you find? Okay, you find the key. You go to the next room. What you find? Oh, some bats. Let's kill these bats. And you go. Oh, we found a boat. He's like, oh, here's a riddle, and then you just move on to the next bit. And that way, it's just a complete on set up thing. It just gives you that experience. Again, I'm not forcing you to do it, but there's a million different ways to DM any situation.
Yeah. Again,
board games. I love playing board games like that. Dungeon crawl board games. So much fun.
You could literally do that on stream as well. To be honest.
Yeah.
yeah, for
Playing
sure.
board games with my little learner.
I bought one for
takes
Christmas, by the way,
ages to
and
do
it is
board
dog
games.
shit. And I wouldn't recommend it.
What one?
Let me just check its name because I forgot.
Talisman. I have Talisman on Steam.
Oh, there is a game we could play, but I don't actually have it. It's called We Need to Go Deeper.
This.
Wow.
Fantasy board game, right? I bought this because I thought it'd be fun to play with the kids. It is
Never heard
dog
of
shit.
It's not
Is
an
it?
OF.
You're gonna hate me,
you know.
Lee. You're gonna
Oh,
hate me in a minute. With that.
You get the same game. I got it, and it is.
My
I
little
thought
brother
it
plays
was
Dark
fun.
Souls like board game. That is so cool.
So during
But it's also
Christmas,
very expensive. As well.
during Christmas during the Christmas period, just after Christmas, I went out looking for other presents. I came across this in Waterstones.
Oh.
What figure missing?
It is
Okay.
a Dungeons and Dragons Adventure Begins board game for 2 to 4 players.
I
One of the
think I've
figures was
seen
missing,
that,
and I
yeah.
got it for £8.
Shit.
I would much
Very good.
that cooperative
cool.
sounds more fun. I thought that's what that would be like. I thought it'd be like you go on an adventure through a dungeon
Yeah.
and stuff happens. It's not. It's literally you go to a room, a architecture. You roll. I can't remember. It's like 2 or 3 dice, and if your number is higher than the orc's number, it dies, and you get X amount of gold. That's
Okay.
it. And
I
it's
also
like
got this
that's the entire
legendary
thing.
game as well,
I know.
Oh. Labyrinth.
Labyrinth.
right, guys. I actually have to leave because as I was talking earlier, I have a
Why?
bedtime now.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
Well,
get 10 minutes- we'll get 10
should we
minutes of the
just wrap
stream.
it up then? If people have to leave.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just
well,
wrap it up.
So
Make it
let's
present.
just say with guys, everybody, thanks for watching. And before we go into that, but like to say, if I think we're going to be talking about the fact of running games anyway. Like we were saying, we were alluding to maybe running Trek at one point. I was about to say Star Wars. Also, our Resident Ball of Sunshine turning around, maybe running Vampire the Masquerade at some point as well. As is Rach, maybe she'll maybe do something off stream just to get her confidence back up, and we're happy to do that. To be fair, with a couple of us. That.
I
Leon,
probably won't.
Well, Leon, who actually is a DM, by the way, and it's just
yeah,
never
Leon,
DM'd the game on screen.
no, he has DM'd once for us, I think, but we never got round to playing it again. It was a
Yeah.
D&D
On
game.
stream?
Yeah,
Not on stream.
Not on stream.
It was
It was
like a detective
Yeah, he's DM'd
kinda-
for us before.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
murder
but
mystery
we
sleuthing
didn't
kind of
get
game.
Has
far
Leon
into
forgotten
it.
his cameras? There he is.
That was everything.
Bless his heart.
I hope someone clipped that.
Well, if they haven't, they can. They can soon.
Because I'm using that for your intro video. Just. I love that. How do I clip? I'll clip that.
Oh dear, that was great.
That was amazing. Timing in that. And Logan possibly maybe run something if he's a DM as he says.
That's not going to happen. We can't be asked.
Well,
No, you have to keep going with Star Wars.
Logan.
Oh yeah, but I mean, we're near at the end of that, to be honest. But
Just
I
make
probably
stuff
forgot
up.
about it.
Other stuff can happen.
I mean, that's DMing, yes. You
That's
just
DMing
for-
make stuff
yeah.
up and hope
Make
you
stuff.
remember it.
Yeah.
I'd really
Fake it till you
like
make
to.
it, buddy. Fake it till you make it.
I'd really like to do another game sometime. So yeah, I'd definitely be up for it.
Yeah, Leon's a good
But,
DM.
I'd
Sure,
really
yeah.
appreciate seeing that. But I think I'd like to learn a new system. I think I'd like to try something in space. I'm gonna look at either the Cowboy Bebop one,
I'm
think a lot of
or
us at the moment are doing
Straight away,
space.
nope.
I'm all for Cowboy Bebop if you're doing Cowboy Bebop, mate.
Is that anime?
It's
It's
anime, yeah.
anime.
I'm backing out.
Oh, come on now. It's got cowboy in it.
I'll try it. I'll try it.
It's got Bebop in it as well, to
Yeah.
be fair.
Let's see.
Rocksteady is not in this one though.
I was out, but they
Oh.
pulled me back in.
But yeah, I'm up for Cowboy Bebop. I like to say so, doing that. Again, I mentioned it probably 3 times now about the fact I maybe doing a Warhammer 40,000 thing, but I don't know whether
Yeah.
to go for Rogue Trader or Wrath or Glory. And again, I've just realised I've said this in front of folk that have no idea what I've just mentioned because the only people that would understand are not on stream. So, yeah. Depends on the context, basically. I have an idea for an adventure just based off that video game I played this morning, which was great.
Yeah, because you said you were playing the video this month. That's why I wasn't sure what kind of thing you were going to play. So I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
in
yeah,
a video game,
the-
I'm going to be shit at that. So
The pen and paper RPG, for sure.
just getting back into playing video games.
Something we're going to throw out there as well is the channel is probably going to be doing just more video game content because we're kind of struggling to get the right days at the moment. So you might just see 1 or 2 or 3 of us just playing some random game.
Random stuff.
Yeah.
It won't be it's really just to kind of get more content before we kind of like work out what we're doing moving forward. But it will stick to the same days. It'll be Monday, well, Tuesday's open, Wednesday is meant to be open, but we've all had kind of weirdness been going on the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, we'll sort
It's
something.
usually like Demon
Simply
Dogs
because
or something.
hashtag content is everything. You can't use the other one. Can't use the other way
Content.
around.
Content is many things. I think content is everything. Is specifically a critical role thing.
Content is something.
Content is
stuff.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Well done.
Key.
That works much better. Yeah. The other day they put Matt like just stacking minis for like 3 hours. What's weird? Did anyone watch that?
No.
I go for 10
I
minutes.
watched it
Like,
for 2 seconds because I wanted to see what it actually was, and then I clicked on it. I was like, wait, there's like 11,000 people watching Matt move from one room to the other, putting these minis on a shelf. I was like, that's too weird.
he was wearing what looked like very comfortable trousers. Like they looked like the jammies that I wear on stream all the time. I was like, Matt Mercer has similar
He
taste in
wasn't even
jammies to
talking.
me. Nope, it was
Occasionally,
literally
he'd
him
show the
just stacking.
camera a little mini, apparently, but he
Well,
wasn't
not
even
like that. I
talking.
mean, when he's bending over to pick the stuff up, there's your stream. So
Well known for his tight bodies, Matt.
I only watched it for a
for his
minute or
ass,
two.
yeah, he's got some good. He's got some
Although,
good on him.
on that note, I don't know if anyone's seen that Marisha Ray is fighting in Creator Clash.
Yes.
I have seen this.
I had to look up what Creator Clash was. No idea. Look
Neither
up.
did I.
Apparently, it
Until
I would
is.
have to look up what any of this is because I don't watch any of this.
Yeah, there's a box.
There's a Marisha Ray.
The Mighty Nine's going to be
Yeah, they've signed a
Get its
TV
own
deal
thing.
with Prime, so they're getting
I
they're
am
doing what they've
so
done with Legends
excited.
of Lost Manor. I'm more excited about the Mighty Nine stuff than I am
in
this.
the yeah.
Time to talk about, to
I'm
be
so
clear.
excited.
I think they should focus on one thing and then move on to the next thing.
I think we're going to see things suffering because they're doing so much.
I also
Because
agree.
they're
I agree
doing
with
a
that.
lot.
Everything is
But
content, baby.
look, I mean, and good for them. They're making money. I'm not going to.
Yeah,
But
quite right.
I could see
They're
them
doing it.
slowing down with the game because they've got so much other stuff to do. But hey,
Yeah.
it's their company and they do what the hell they like.
Aye.
And
It's up to them.
yeah,
I
exactly.
think it's because they've I think if they slow down now, then things because they're progressing, they're kind of just going with it.
To sit on argument tape, they're
Like going with the
capitalizing,
momentum.
Huh?
I think it'll come to a point where they'll probably stop the games altogether. I don't know. That's inevitable in any
That
case.
will
That's
eventually
their
happen.
thing, though.
No, that will eventually happen. You're right enough what
Well,
you're saying.
What did they get the most views on in their games, I'm guessing?
I wouldn't know what their views are on Amazon Prime, but they got a second season. Plus, they've got like a movie and like a.
Oh, I thought
spin-off
it was like a
second
bunch of
season.
YouTubers or something you were talking about.
Well, they're YouTubers, but they're Twitch now. I think they get like let's say between 300 and 400,000 views per Twitch stream. But I mean,
Yeah,
they're only
quite
at
a bit.
1.2 million subscribers. I mean, they're not even like the biggest people on Twitch. The biggest, I think, are like 20 million. But
Yeah.
I mean, they're also a massive company, and they know how to sell themselves as well. And
Or
They
D&D
speak specifically
they're
to things.
pretty much at the top.
Well, not
Oh,
only
yeah,
that,
yeah.
I mean, Yeah, well,
That's
it's not
not
only that as
surprised.
well. Their third season isn't really hitting home as they thought it would be. To be fair, especially after the high of the second season.
So what you're saying is we're in with a shot now.
No,
I'm liking this season more and more as it's going on, but at first I was bored.
no, there's specific episodes it picks up incredibly well. See when they do a good episode, it's a fucking good episode.
Right, guys,
but the
I need
rest
to
of it-
go. Right, I'm getting
Yes.
eyeballed now.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
so love you all.
Anyway,
See you
thanks for
later.
watching. For anyone who
Okay.
did stay and watch
Bye.
for us, we
Right.
will see you later.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, wave, smile and wave, guys, smile and
Smile.
wave.